You do. Ah, hello? Hello. Pop that open. Running. You do. Ah, hello? Hello. Perfect. How's that? Minimize case and up on it quick. We can Discord at here. Meaning the file case in. Final case in the Ace Attorney trilogy. Live now. Excellent. Oh, oh, that's not right. There it is. Water this time. I did not have water last stream, which was a surprise stream on Sunday. So, Noah, get caught up. There we are. Audio checks, good. Mic checks, good. Miss Stefan posting. I don't have context for that. Alright, whatever. Start, continue. Yes, excellent. What happened in the Sunday stream? Fucking Pearl's missing. And we're just gonna keep going with that. Mai's still stuck. Larry was the one who sent that threatening note to Iris, calling her out, which scared her off from actually going to the training hall. Apparently the bridge burning down was just lightning, just actual real-ass lightning. It just happened to strike the bridge. I don't know whether... So Bikini claimed that Iris rung the bell, then met up at the training hall to supervise Maya. She went, took a bath, and then witnessed the murder of Elise Donim. Iris claims that because she got the quote-unquote threatening letter from Larry, she rung the bell and then went straight back to her room. Our evidence suggests that because Iris is on this side of the bridge, she did not go to the training hall, or lightning struck the bridge after she had returned from the training hall. She's not stuck with Maya over on the other side of the Eagle River. Elise Donim's injuries suggest that she fell out of her own window and then somehow was impaled on the sword of Amife of the Shichishito. How that happens? Fuck if I know. Larry's a moron. Pearl's missing. And we don't really have much else to go on. We're playing as Miles, which is very interesting. Oh my. Mr. Larice feels that way about me. Oh, right, fuck. Apparently, he's not aware of your real secret at all. There's no time to be embarrassed. I'm sorry. I'm just hardly accustomed to that sort of thing. Or not. In any case, whatever it was he saw on the night of the incident, mark my words, I will drag it out of him. Does that mean Mr. Lloris is a witness today? No. Prove that none. The first to take the stand. Sister Bikini. He claims to have seen the very instant in which you carried out the crime. I just want to ask you one last time. It really wasn't you who killed Miss Elise Donim, correct? It is correct. It wasn't me. Very well then. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes? You're a prosecutor, aren't you? Are you sure about this? Your true identity is revealed. Don't worry. Made the necessary arrangements. Right! Miles has some crazy fucking pull in the justice system. Not only did he arrange for a regular judge to not preside over this trial, he also got a prosecutor who wouldn't recognize him. Which is wild. Iris? It is a prosecutor's job to doubt people. Right now, I'm a defense attorney. A defense attorney's job is to believe in people, and to believe until the bitter end. That's what my friend once told me. Mr. Edgeworth, I really ask that you watch and decide for yourself. Whether or not I'm fit to do the task I have been entrusted. Very well, sir. I'll leave my defense in your capable hands. I have no idea whether this is Delia Hawthorne. Or if this is actually just Iris. We're now in session for the trial of Sister Iris of Hazagor Temple. I've forgotten how he talks completely. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Defense does indeed appear to be ready. However, the same cannot be said for the prosecution in this case. Indeed. Not sure I like such blatant waste of this court's time. An empty prosecutor's chair can only mean the prosecutor has no confidence in their ability to prove their case. It seems this case is already over before it had a chance to begin. Ready to announce my verdict at this time. This court finds the defendant. Jesus Christ! This judge fucking doesn't fuck around.
Objection!
Francisca! What? The prosecution stands ready. What the fuck, Francisca? Seriously? That's amazing. And you are? Francisca von Karma, prosecuting prodigy. Von Karma, you say? Perchance, you would be of any relation to the legendary prosecutor Manfred von Karma? Legends are sing of the past. I'm a von Karma, so that is all. On a special request, I flew in today for the purpose of prosecuting this case. You did, then. Must be quite a big shot, eh? By the way, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. Almost certain that I've seen you somewhere before. Or am I just imagining things? Look very much like a prosecutor I met once. I believe you're imagining things, Your Honor. Von Karma, do you have anything to say? No such weakling as this man among those of the prosecutor's office. There isn't. I'm sure once before in the courtroom. I told you, so no such weakling. What is that? A whip? I'm not sure I care for such a thing in my courtroom. Bailiff, remove that whip at...
Hold it!
I've no objection to the whip. You don't. Prosecution can wield a whip and will drink 17 cups of coffee. There's still only one truth. That's what I stand here to prove today. Promises to be interesting, Miles Edgeworth. They expected to face Phoenix right here today. Looking at you now, maybe this is what I have been waiting for all this time. Miles Edgeworth, I will not allow this chance to crush you slip through my fingers. I see you brought your flair for the historic. Histronic? What does histronic mean? I'd add the things I'm not sure about. People acting brazenly in my court. Wow! The stage is set. I'll continue with the proceedings, Your Honor. Very well, Miss Moncada, please give an outline of the case. With as little whipping as possible, please. I'm slipping into my fucking bikini voice. The murder victim in this framed picture book author. The murder victim is a famed picture book author, Mr. Listo Nim. Fuck, that's violent. Body was found in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. He'd been stabbed to the torso by a ceremonial sword from a golden statue. Sword in this picture. This is the weapon in question, correct? Very well. Court accepts this photo of the crime scene. There's no mistakes, this was the doing of Sister Iris. After all, there's a witness to her crime. Very well. Please bring in this witness to the stand. And so it begins. My first and last trial as a defense attorney. Fuck yeah, Mile. Witness, state your name and occupation, please. Hold on there. Not sure. I'm not sure about not being sure if I care for this. Witness, please stand up nice and straight. If I recall correctly, there are a few milk crates in the defendant's lobby for a back pain-plagued witness. Bailiff, fetch a crate for this poor lady, please. Once again, your name and occupation, please. Little me, well, I'm the head nun of Hazakura Temple on Eagle Mountain. My name is Bikini, you got it? Bikini. Nice to meet everyone. You don't appear to be wearing a bikini right now. Baltrum is the garden of holy judgment. Those with lechery in their hearts should leave the sanctuary at once. You want me to leave? Now you get your bikinis in a twist. Let me tell you, I'm a sight to behold in summer. Wah ha 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 ha. In any case... Witness, I hear that you saw the crime take place on the night in question. That's right. I can still hardly believe it myself, to be honest. There's no way my dear little Iris could do anything like that. Let's hear what you have to say, then. First, tell us about... that threw me, I gotta admit. First, tell us about your movements that night, eh? Fuck. That got me. That night I was helping an acolyte in her training in the inner temple, but... Well, as you can see, my back likes to act up, violently. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to the Hazakura Temple. No bath in the inner temple, you see, and I needed a long hot soak. It was after I'd finished, just as I was heading back. That's when I saw it. I have cookies. Oh, it's simply coincidence that you found yourself returning to Hazakura Temple. Yes, you could say that. If my back hadn't been in so much pain, I would have stayed at the inner temple. Sounds like a pretty important statement she just made. There's only one problem with this testimony, is that I can see. You're not about to fall at the first hole, now are you, Miles Edgeworth? Edgeworth, please begin your cross-examination. Uh-oh. What? My back likes to act up violently. Ours to help the acolyte. About the inner temple, you see, and I need a long hot soak. We have a vague timeline, but do we have actual times?
Hold it!
You left Iris to help. With what? What do you think? The acolyte training, of course. It was just past 10 p.m., so we're starting to enter the training exercise proper. Wasn't it your place to remain with the disciple? Well, the job was simply to watch over the acolytes so they don't pass away. Just to confirm this point again, that night, you met Iris in the inner temple, correct? Yes, yes, she's a gentle, honest girl. Never once failed to follow my directions. Crime took place in the courtyard, correct? Go from my room to the main hall. You have to take a winding hallway from which you can see the courtyard. That's right, in other words. It's pure coincidence that the witness saw the crime take place before her eyes. No complicated setup in this case. Apparently seems to be true. Indeed, only one problem with the testimony. Return to the Hazakura Temple in order to take a bath. My back's to blame for everything. It's a do or be done in kind of world after all. How long are we in the bath for, if you don't mind me asking? My, what a filthy little rogue you are. I know what's on your mind. But your next question is going to be, where exactly did you wash? And this is why you have to watch the young ones. Keep going on about. I was... Ah! Pathetic, Miles Edgeworth. Hello, sir, hello. Is that some sort of kick-me sign stuck to the fence bench? Anyway, I couldn't afford to be away from my post for too long, so you understand? So? What actual evidence do I have? Uh, 10 to 11 p.m. Lost blood, stabbed in the back, body fell 10 feet after death. What? Body fell 10 feet after death? That's new. What the fuck? Do I just... There with Iris's testimony? Left Iris to help the acolyte return to Hazakura Temple. That's pretty easy to call me out, though. It's the word of the witness versus the word of the defendant. What else have I got? Iris's hood. Note to Iris. Map. Weather data. The only obvious one would be Iris's statement on the... Iris's statement here. Left Iris to help the acolyte return to Hazakura Temple. That doesn't seem like it'll get me anywhere, though. Witnesses have to go undergo their own trials, I'm afraid. Defendant's fate rests on their powers of observation and memory, after all. Well, don't worry. I'm more than up to the task. I'm a woman of faith, after all, the head honcho of Hazakura Temple. In that case, Miss Honcho, I'd like you to explain something for me. Discrepancy between your testimony and that of the defendant, Iris. She claims that after ringing the lights out bell, she went back and stayed in her room. Which means she did not go to the inner temple at all. No, she said that. A defendant or a witness? Who is more likely to lie, do you suppose? Given our track record here, always the witness. Like, always. I don't think there's a single witness we've had that hasn't lied. Maybe Gumshoe, because he's a moron. But that's not lying, it's just him being wrong. The defendant is simply lying to cover her back. But that is completely illogical. The murder was committed in the courtyard of Hazakura Temple. Claiming that she went to the inner temple would make for a much better alibi. That is odd. Whatever the reason, I can't believe that she would lie. She does indeed have honest eyes. Wah! All people lie. That's my belief. Why am I the only one being whipped in here? Anyway, neither the witness nor the defendant have any reason to lie. Which means, you must call your memory into question. Dear, 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 you're older than me and yet you want to play that game, do you? Well, that isn't exactly what I... My memory is perfect, crystal clear, especially in winter. And I suppose it's too early to end this cross-examination, eh? Mr. Edgeworth, we're going to question the memory of this witness. We need to show more decisive piece of evidence. Understood, Your Honor. Naive to think that trick alone would do the... that alone would do the trick. Please add your comments about it. It always throws me and it's always funny. Then, please add your comments about Iris to the testimony. Let's return to the cross-examination. Sure that you're not making a mistake. You, young man, need to get your estimation of me up from the floor. Yeah. Iris always wear the same clothes. Oh, right, that's the judge voice. The smallest thing out of place would have stood out like a sore thumb for me. Making a mistake. Thinking I made a mistake. An excellent finish there, witness. Still, I have to wonder. He's not a liar, he's just dumb. Ursa's head. Witness, let's get one thing straight. The defendant whom you claim to have met is wearing this demon-warding hood, correct? Of course. It's a very important piece of clothing, I'll have you know. Wahaha, wahaha, haha. Wait a minute.
Objection!
Hold it right there. Why do you have that? That's the question of the day now, isn't it, Miss Von Karma? I'll have you know that this hood was given to someone as a gift that night. But the lights out bell was rung. What? You know where I'm going with this, don't you? The witness had seen the defendant as she claims. Then the Iris she saw should have been missing this very hood. Well, well, well! Stack of boxes. Not a bad feeling at all, exposing contradictions like this. I understand it. A happy look on Wright's face every time he does it. Order! Order in the court! Witness, your response. Ah! Sister. This hood. There's spare ones around the temple, don't you? Spares, well. I do tend to make too many of them. See, a stockpile. Surplus of hoods, eh? Each nun is only given one hood. It should be the only hood that Iris owned. This is quite strange. Ah! If there was a surplus of hoods, then she could have worn one of those. No contradiction here. Want to break this to you, Miss Von Karma? One could weigh that easily. Discrepancies such as this will sow seeds in any human's heart. Seeds of doubt. Witness, I don't wish to call your testimony into doubt. Must give every detail with precision. I'm not sure I'm comfortable going along with this. Sister, you shall continue with your testimony. Tell us what you saw after you finishing your bath, on your way back to Zen Temple. Seeds of doubt are sprouting in the judge's heart. Just need a little more stimulation to bear fruit. Contradictory stimulation. Cookie good. I finished my bath around 11 and thought I should return to the inner temple. As I was walking back, I heard a noise from the courtyard and I took a look, and Iris says, "Oh, Mr. Gleese, and with that sword of all things." Mr. Gleese was staying in the corner room, which faces out into the courtyard. The stabbing I saw must have occurred after she was pushed out of her window. Thought a truly terrible sight, didn't you? I was in your place. Then it would be much like Miss Von Karma whipping Mr. Edgeworth in two in court, and me seeing it all from this very chair. Well, something like that. This judge, imagination is about as vivid and creative as Detective Gumshoe. I'd like to look to fool if I commented on such foolishness. I would look to fool if I... fuck. God damn you, Von Karma. Anyway, this case is mine, Miles Edgeworth. Calling everyone by their full name. Can't you do something about that habit of yours? Bath around 11. Thought I should return to the inner temple. Walking back, I heard a noise from the courtyard. Look, and Iris was... oh, and Miss Gleese. That sword of all things. Gleese was staying in the corner room, which faces out into the courtyard. Everything I saw must have occurred after she was pushed out of her window. That doesn't make sense. The cause of death was lack of blood. The cause of death was loss of blood from a stab in the back. That was after the body fell 10 feet. But the body fell 10 feet after death. Yeah, that doesn't line up with the autopsy report. Impressive logic. That's what I'd like to say, anyway. Oh, please, I do. My brain is something else, especially in winter. However, I think you're overlooking one thing. Miss Von Karma, would you be so kind as to take another look at the autopsy report? The autopsy report? The victim did fall from a height of 10 feet. However, this fall was after she was killed. Ah. That's right. It says after death right there. The scene the witness claims to have seen is contradictory. If the defendant stabbed and killed the victim there in the courtyard, how did the victim go on to then take a 10-foot fall? Ah. Order, order. The victim was killed and then fell. If that is the case, the victim must have been killed in a room. Don't you agree? That is a logical conclusion? Yes, that's right. The victim must have been stabbed by the defendant in her own room. She was then thrown out of her window into the courtyard below. Any signs of struggle in Mr. O'Nim's room? Stabbed with a sword. That would have leave blood stain, wouldn't you agree? Well, Miss Von Karma, was there any blood? Bah! Traces of blood were found in the victim's room. Whoopers just caused traces of blood to be found in my glorious playoff beard. However, there was no blood in the room, and your claim that... wah! Sure, there's no need for me to go over this. I'm sure your honor is well aware. When a stab wound produces the most blood, a little blood is actually lost at the moment of the blade's insertion. I want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body? Definitely when the blade is removed. Indeed. The weapon's still in place. It acts like a lid on the wound. It's true. The weapon's still in the body. Not much bleeding. Perfectly reasonable line of thinking. We've come to a conclusion then. The victim was thrown out the window with the sword still in place. This removes all of the contradictions. Order, order, order! I must admit that this is a probable version of events. No less from Francisca Von Karma. He locates and takes control of every vital point. Seems that we need a clear testimony from the witness. Remove all supposition from your part and tell us only the facts, please. Witness, please. Remain standing on the crate. Don't go selling me short now. The weight of winter snow has bent me out of shape, especially my back and my mood. Sister, please, give us your testimony. We'll give you a vigorous massage once we are finished here. The whip. Oh boy, alright, alright. Further details. When I looked across the street, when I looked across at the sea, and the sword was already in place. Thinking about it now, I didn't actually see her stab Mystic Elise. I've never seen so much blood before. That's when I fainted. You can't blame me, can you? When I awoke, Mystic Ami was stabbing Mystic Elise through the back. This all confirms Miss Von Karma's theory. Karma strive for nothing but perfection. And together such facts is nothing for me. You know that, Miles Edgeworth? Perfection is an impossibility, Francisco Von Karma. I'm here to teach you just that. Alright, let's see. Door's already in place. You can actually see her stab Mystic Elise. Never seen so much blood before. I fainted. When I awoke, Mystic Ami was stabbing Mystic Elise through the back. There's like not a whole lot of blood. Like, it's a fair amount of blood for a person to have on them. Hold it! I was saying that you saw the victim's blood. That's right. Some of it had splattered onto Iris, too. The defendant was arrested. She was meditating in her room. Her blood-flecked clothing was neatly folded in a corner. What? Those were blood-flecked as well? Seems quite conclusive to me. What should I do? Just point further. Can't afford to make things look any worse for the defendant. I have my time for now. Witness, please continue with your testimony. After you witness the victim bleeding. Hold it! I'll keep pressing just in case. At the time, was the victim bleeding? Well, I was very shocked to be seeing all of this, of course. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think I saw any blood, not then. Sure that you didn't. The weapon was acting as a plug for Zu. In any case, let's be clear on one very important point. Did you actually see the instant in which the victim was stabbed? Hold it! What did you see? Think carefully, this is very important. The Iris we're talking about here. I'm thinking for all I'm worth. Now, when I looked over, the sword was already in Mystic Elise's body. Might not be conclusive, but this testimony supports her theory. The victim was stabbed in the rooms and dropped into the courtyard. I think this proves it rather well, Miles Edgeworth. I wonder what the killer did next. Saw none of it, correct? Well, I was unconscious. How long were you out for? I don't know, 10, maybe 20 minutes. A young man with a very prickly looking head woke me up. By stepping on me, actually. Not sure I like that method of resuscitation. Well, I wasn't asking for mouth-to-mouth or anything of the sort. I would have welcomed a more gentle awakening right then, let me tell you. I'll have words with the offender personally. What did you see upon awakening? Hold it! By Mystic Ami, you're referring to the golden statue, correct? Stabbing someone with a Ichishito, a sacred treasure, is terrible enough. Then to make Mystic Ami hold the blade. Really a heinous, despicable crime. It is easy to despise something. Anyone can do it. However, there is something that cannot be done so easily. Whatever it is, I'm sure it's doubly hard for you. Anyway, what is the problem? Exactly why would the killer set up this gruesome scene? Can anyone explain the reasoning behind that? No, I don't think I can. There isn't always a logical reason behind why someone acts. That's true, so true. In early spring, for example, I often find myself... Isn't always... Phrase might come in handy someday. Too many unnatural elements in this case. Was it necessary to use the Shishishito from the army statue as a weapon? I was a weapon ultimately placed back in the hand of the statue. I can expose the flaws in this testimony, perhaps I will begin to find the truth. I think I'll press here. Press further. Going back to your previous statement, you saw little bleeding when the victim was stabbed. But now, you say you saw the victim bleeding? Well, I say that what I saw is what I saw. What did you see? Maybe I didn't see the poor woman get stabbed. I saw the girl pull the sword out of her, plain as day. Pulling the sword out. Well, it wasn't exactly pulling. It was more like it came out. Witness, you'll add this to your statement to your testimony. Oh, was that important? More important than you can imagine. The scene in which the blade plunged to the hilt was smoothly drawn out. Smoothly, you say? Saying you saw the sword smoothly slide out? That's right. The whole thing happened right next to the gold statue of Mr. Gami. Mr. Elise was on the ground and Iris was stooping over her. The sword was buried up to the hilt. Iris stood up, the sword in her hand just slid out of the Mystic Elise's body. It slid up from that gaping wound, That's saying, if the sword was removed, they would be bleeding. Nothing out of place here. Really the case. I can't help but feel that something is very out of place. Something which couldn't possibly have happened appears to have happened. The sword couldn't have been stabbed up to the hilt. Smoothly drawn out? The weird fucking sword. Sister Bikini, you are a reliable witness. At least I'd like to think so. There are too many contradictions here. What do you mean? You make it sound as though I'm a liar. But you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you. What contradictions are you talking about? The scene that the witness claims to have seen. The weapon was thrust up to the hilt into the victim. Furthermore, the killer withdrew the weapon smoothly from the body. However, both of these are complete impossibilities. What do you mean? Please explain. Explain yourself. To start with, do you think it would be possible to stab someone to the hilt with this? No matter how I look at the defendant, she doesn't appear to be strong enough for that. Objection! Doesn't appear? What meaningless dribble. I too may appear to be weak and frail. I can crush men under my heel and make them weep. Should I choose so? Should I so choose? Objection stands. Left a little back there, I must admit. That isn't the only issue here. This sword was truly stabbed into the body through the hilt. Well, look at all the branches on it. It certainly wouldn't come out smoothly. That's... We also have the problem of the amount of bleeding. Be that when the blade is left in the body, it acts as a plug of sorts. However, when the weapon is shaped like this, it's an entirely different story. The wound would be too large for the blade to completely stop the bleeding. That's nothing more than conjecture. In reality, the victim was stabbed with a Shishishito. Even the weapon of this nature may still sometimes slide smoothly out, may still sometimes stop the blood loss. Not finished. There's still one more conclusive contradiction. I've still got more. This one is simple. The sword was really thrust all the way to the hilt. Why is there only blood on the tip of it? Franny, you fucking lost your edge. Why is Miles pushing you so hard on this? If this witness is telling the truth, then there should be blood along the entire length of the sword. No. Bravo, Miles Edgeworth. Raising this many contradictions from a single piece of evidence. All the other attorneys I know could maybe manage one, if that. What does all this mean? We've proven contradictions regarding the murder weapon, but... when come this far, there can only be one answer. And that is... the weapon used to kill the victim was not the Shishito. What? Foolishly foolish idea born from the foolish mind of a foolhardy foolish fool. Fucking hell. Let's examine this again. What was it that made us think the sword was the murder weapon? Well... because Mr. Tagami was holding it. Exactly. However, if you reflect on this, that is the only basis we have to assume such things. The impression left by the scene was just too strong. That's what the influencer. That is what influenced us. Influenced us to believe that the Shishito was the murder weapon. Order, 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 wah! But maybe the Shishito was not the murder weapon. Even if that is the case, it changes nothing, Miles Edgeworth. The sister here saw everything. She saw the defendant stab the victim with a sword-like object. That's true. Response, Mr. Edgeworth. That is so. I'd like the prosecution to answer the obvious question it raises. The obvious question? Yes, namely, where did the real murder weapon disappear to? Goes without saying, the police searched the main hall and the surrounding area. Perhaps the prosecution can enlighten us as to if a sword-like object was found. That's... answer the question, Miss Von Karma. No evidence of that kind was found. Another mystery to throw into the pile. A trial without a murder weapon is a tricky beast. Excuse me, could I say something? I just remembered something, actually. What is it, sister? I was just thinking, it's possible that just maybe what actually happened was... it was just over there. What exactly going on about there? Murder weapon, I mean. Maybe. I think I might know where the sword was disposed of. What? Well then, I think we need to hear testimony from you one more time, sister. Possible. What else? What else could this old woman have seen? What the fuck? Saw the murder around 11 p.m. After asking that it be reported, went up to the main gate. And there I saw tracks that indicate the snowmobile had been used. Takes 15 minutes to walk to Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out. Oh yeah, the snowmobile did have snow off. It lost all the snow. Iris could have done that. You can drive a snowmobile after all. Witness, please. Tell us everything you know right away, next time. Well, I'm not the best of shape. All with my back and my age, you know. Quite. There are indeed snowmobile tracks in front of the main gate. Here's a photograph. Snowmobile, eh? See. Certainly is an interesting theory. Tracks begin in front of Hazakura Temple. Run all the way to Dusky Bridge. That solves your pesky little problem, yes? The Eagle River's current is quite swift, meaning that it doesn't freeze over in winter, making it a perfect place to dispose of the murder weapon. Should really go to the river to dispose of the murder weapon. Mr. Edgeworth, your cross-examination, please. Saw the murder around 11 p.m. 7 to approximately 10:50 p.m. Lightning 10 to approximately 11 p.m. Lightning struck Dusky Bridge at 10:45, around 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out. So at this time, the bridge would be in the middle of being on fire, which is what Phoenix saw. Snow would have stopped falling, so the tracks would still be there. I was sure about the time. Yes, I was worried about it after all. How was that? I have a strong sense of responsibility, especially at this time of year. The acolyte was being doused in freezing water at the time. I couldn't very well take it easy and bathe all night now, could I? At 11, I decided to leave Hazakura Temple. Your estimation of the time seems reliable at least. Please continue, sister. You reported and went to the gate. That's Phoenix Wright to report the crime, correct? Right. The one who trampled me. I have to hold a grudge. There isn't a phone in the main hall, so I sent him to the bridge. Phoenix Wright. He didn't even have his cell phone on him. I'd forgotten it at home, apparently. What a naive boy, as always. Not only do I always carry my phone, but I always have my whip in hand, too. Anyway, I was really scared. And I was talking with him taking him a while to get back. So I thought I'd go out to the main gate for a spell. As I recall, there was a snowmobile outside the main gate when I visited. That's the only one we have. That's it, that's the only one we have. I'll run no matter how much snow falls. You're certain the snowmobile was at the main gate when you arrived? Yes, of course. It was parked in front of the gate. There's only one set of snowmobile tracks, it looks like. So she couldn't have gone there and back. So, she had already gone, disguised as a murder weapon, and returned by that time. Not sure if this is really relevant, but I do. Need answers to every possible doubt. Snowmobile in question. Still warm at the time. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, eh? What do you mean, Mouse Edgeworth? Playing to a slow crowd here. Goes without saying that using a snowmobile will heat its engine. If it was still warm, then it means it was recently used. I see, I never thought of that. That's right, I overlooked that too. Of course you did. Then answer the question, please, witness. I don't often go around touching hot engines. However, now that you mention it, there wasn't any snow on it. No. Yes, for some reason, only the snowmobile wasn't covered in snow. Wasn't any snow on it. Curses. Highly likely that the killer did use a snowmobile then, eh? How long does it take to get to Dusky Bridge by snowmobile? In that case, why didn't you use it yourself? You could have spared yourself some walking. Oh, there's a reason for that. We got a moment for me to explain. I think that's why the question was asked in the first place. About a month ago, I was driving my beloved little snowmobile, happy as can be. I fetched some water and was heading back when I went and crashed into a tree. Me and my back both went crunch, just like that. Yeah, fuck. I don't like that. Don't do that. Stop. I haven't been able to find the courage to write anything since then. Anyway, the killer must have used it.
Hold it!
Refresh on memory. How long were you knocked out for? Like I said, somewhere between 10 and 20 minutes. Possible to get the bridge and back in 10 minutes using the snowmobile. If you concede that there's more than enough time. That's all you wish to concede, Miles Edgeworth.
Hold it!
That would have been possible time-wise. One element remains out of place here. Oh, and what's this mystery element be? Goes reasoning, Your Honor. Why did the killer do all of this? Why go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon when there are other methods? Many unanswered questions. Your response, Miss Von Karma? Wah! Turning to me for help over the slightest thing. Why don't you think for yourself? Why don't you think for yourself once in a while, Your Honor? What? Is it over the top as always? Anyway, that was the reason. The fact remains that the defendant could have done this. The murder weapon was disposed of in the river. That was a point to me, Miles Edgeworth. You must feed the fire. There's no reason to go and throw away the murder weapon. Luckily, there is surely a problem with this testimony. All I have to do is start poking holes in this flawed account. Saw the murder at 11 PM and then passed out. It doesn't work time-wise. The snow would have stopped by then, so there should be 2 pairs of tracks. I don't know how to convey that, though. Lights out time is wrong gonna come into play. That very possible. Threw the weapon into Eagle River, came back while I was knocked out. Came back, I think this one, presenting the photo, would work the best. I know what I'm trying to convey. That because it happened at 10 PM, there would be 2 set of tracks from the snowmobile, since it had stopped snowing since then. I'll present... It's such a pain in the ass knowing I have to present at certain points. Tracks photo. Here. Yeah, there we go. I admit this photograph proves something. Proves that the snowmobile was used on the night of the murder. Finally accepted the inevitable, it seems, Miles Edgeworth. However, if what the witness says is true, then why is there only 1 set of tracks? What do you mean? Iris left Hausegor Temple, threw the weapon into the river, then returned. If this was the case, then naturally there should be 2 sets of tracks in the snow. Those from heading out to the bridge, and those from coming back. Ah, you're right. You're forgetting one thing, Miles Edgeworth. On the night of the murder, it was snowing. The tracks leading to the bridge were erased by the snowfall. This removes your precious contradiction, now doesn't it? I see. While she was at the river, the snow stopped, leaving just the returning tracks in the snow. What you have to say now, Miles Edgeworth? A flaw in her theory. The idea that the snowfall covered 1 set of tracks? Contradiction. Tracks to the river, covered by snow. A nice theory. However, Miss Von Karma, that is impossible. Do you care to explain? Why, there is a rude index finger currently pointed in my general direction. No need. The evidence will do all the talking for me. On the night of the murder, the killer went to and returned from Dusky Bridge in order to dispose of the murder weapon. The outgoing tracks were erased by the snow, or so claims Miss Von Karma. Redworth, present your evidence to the contrary, eh? Evidence that the outgoing tracks were not covered by the snow. We got a weather report. Witness, please tell us again what time it was when you witnessed the crime. Like I said, it was around 11. Of course, this means that the weapon was thrown away after that time, correct? On that note, please take a look at this data. Here's a weather report for the Eagle Mountain on the night of the murder. The weather report? No start to fall around 7 p.m., but it stopped at around 10:50. Therefore, when the sister witnessed the crime at 11 p.m., snow had already stopped falling. It's impossible for any tracks to be made after that time to have been covered up. Oh. Order! Order! Very well then. Looks like Miss Von Karma's claim has been snowed in. Too soon to be closing this trial due to snow. Miles Edgeworth, how pathetic of you to rely on the weather of all things. Answer me this, then. When is the weather report ever correct? Ah, no. You got it all wrong. This isn't a forecast. This is actual data. Yeah. Forecast data or weather reports have some inaccuracies. It may still have been snowing in the vicinity well past 11 p.m. It's true, we can't be totally sure, eh? What? How'd she pull that off? It stopped snowing at Hazagura Temple when the murder took place. You need to provide conclusive evidence of this. Come this far? We're turning back now. Very well. I too cannot allow any doubt to remain concerning this testimony. Ah. Can't back down, can you? Such a perfectionist, Miles Edgeworth. Very well then, Mr. Edgeworth. Where's your evidence that it already stopped snowing when the victim was killed? There's no snow on the victim's corpse. Yeah. Easy. Like, this is a lot. This is like, why is this so easy playing as Edgeworth? Ultimately, it all comes down to one point. That being, whether or not it was snowing in the courtyard when the victim was stabbed. That's right, but proving that is incredibly easy. If we want to know whether it was snowing or not, this photo will tell us everything. Of course, I'm referring to the photo of the crime scene. As you can see, everything's covered with snow. With just one exception. And that is the victim herself, Miss Lise Nim. Why is there no snow on top of her? The answer is simple. It had stopped snowing. It had stopped snowing when she was killed, that's why. In other words, if the killer really did go to Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon, then in this photograph, there should be two sets of tracks. Ah! Order, order! What are you? Ah! Just what are you suggesting, Miles Edgeworth? To be honest, I'm not entirely sure myself, but this is simply what all of the facts point to. That night, someone used the snowmobile to leave Hazakura Temple. From the tracks to the left, it can be understood that they were heading for Dusky Bridge. At that time, it was still snowing. Of course it was, as those tracks were erased by the snow. Then when this person returned to Hazakura Temple, snow had stopped. Thus, returning tracks remained. Can I say something? Fuck no. This all sounds a bit fishy to me. What does, sister? There is only one key for the snowmobile. Furthermore, on the night in question, he knows that the defendant had it. The key was found in her room after the murder. Which can only mean that night, Iris used a snowmobile to go to the inner temple. But Iris said she never went there. Probably press on this point more when I get the chance. The snowmobile can't cross the suspension bridge. So she must have left it on the Hazakura Temple side of the bridge and crossed on foot. That sounds right. But what's odd is, when I left Iris and returned to Hazakura Temple... Why is she W? I didn't see anything near Dusky Bridge. You must just have failed to see it, sister. Maybe, but when I made it back to Hazakura Temple, it was there by the main gate. Snowmobile, I mean. I know what I saw. It was covered in snow, too. But that isn't possible. Order, order, order in court. What does all this mean? Yeah. And what was the snowmobile used for? It wasn't taken by the defendant when she went to the inner temple. It had been, and the witness couldn't possibly have seen it by the gate. Furthermore, it wasn't used by the killer to dispose of the murder weapon. If that was the case, there should be 2 sets of tracks in this photo. All we know is this. After it stopped snowing, someone used the snowmobile to return to Hazakura Temple. I've never thought a simple snowmobile could cause so much trouble. I think we've learned all we can from this witness. Yes, I've nothing more to add. I've told you everything I know. But then, that still leaves us the same problem. Only there was someone, a witness, who could testify to have seen the snowmobile. Witness, huh? Was there no one out, walking perhaps near Dusky Bridge on that night? I don't think that's likely. I'm mixing up my voices. Cold enough to freeze your ears off. Only an idiot would go wandering like that. Unless he had something really important to do. That's a shame. Hold on. I think it's coming to me. An idiot may well have gone out wandering on that subarctic night. Your Honor? Actually, this might be one individual who may be of help to us. Really? You know someone who might have seen the snowmobile on the night of the murder? I don't know for sure if he saw it or not. But there are 2 things about him that do come to mind. Which are? First, that he saw something incredible on the night of the murder. And the second being, the individual that I'm thinking of went wandering outside on that cold night. In other words, he is our kind of idiot. Mr. Edgeworth, who's this idiot you're talking about? Larry. This guy must be a product of Juloc Duloc's Guide to Obnoxious French Painting. This is Larry Butts, a disciple of the victim, Listo Nim. Her student, interesting. Why was he wandering about outside on the night of the murder? That's... Tell him all about his designs for Iris. It may cost us his credibility as a witness, before I even call him. He is, after all, an artist. He was, perhaps, searching for something in the snowy scenery that would move him. Though I cannot guarantee that this is the reason. And so, this unfortunate, unreliable-looking man, what exactly is it that he saw? I intend to extract that from him right here in this courtroom. Summon this you to the witness immediately. I have no choice, do I? I believe he's in the galley for this trial. It will not take too long to summon him. Very well. Larry. You may have escaped me yesterday. Today I'm going to get everything out of you. Please, for the love of God, don't say something stupid. Court will now adjourn for a 20-minute break. Mr. Von Karma, please see to preparing the next witness. Understood, Your Honor. Good. Well then, court is now in recess. I can only see bad things coming of this. Lobby number 1. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm not really sure what to say. Iris, we only have 20 minutes. There are two things which I need to ask you before we reconvene. Alright, I'll be any way I can. First, about that night. You really did go to the inner temple, correct? Last witness claims that she met and talked to you in the training hall. Either you or Sister Bikini lying. Graduate, it's just as I said yesterday. When the incident occurred, I was in my own room in Hazakura Temple. Very well, the second thing then. That night, the temple snowmobile was used in between the time Sister Bikini returned to the main hall and when she bore witness to the murder. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 PM that night. You're the one who used the snowmobile. One key for the snowmobile. The only person who could have used it was me. Was you. But why? What made you go to Dusky Bridge? Sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, for the love of God. Iris? I can't tell you about that yet. Yet. Until your safety is confirmed. Safety of the Acolyte. Acolyte, huh? You're talking about Maya. Iris, look me in the eye and tell me the truth. Did you kill Elisto Nim? No matter who or what may come, you never take a life. I thought Psycholocks. Very well. My job to get to the truth. You'll discover this for yourself soon enough. Level 36. Let's do this. Oh, now reconvene. Miss Von Karma, where is the witness? Breaks, the man was detained for suspicious behavior in the galley. Suspicious behavior? He was sketching something very intensely. I asked what the witness was sketching when he was detained. You're a terrifying woman armed with a demonic face and a vicious whip. I can only presume his intention was to capture you. Ah! Anyway, who drags this pathetic excuse for an artist before the court? Oristo Nim, I hope you're ready. Get in here. Seems that whip is going to see plenty more use today. Oh, Larry. Oh. Ouch! Sketches in contempt of this court. Hey, it's just an artistically. Ow! Tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to hand you your subpoena, correct? Look, I'm nothing but a fledgling artist training out in the mountains. I'm only down here in the city because I ran out of green paint. Well, use a technical term. The color, Viridian. Harry? This isn't an art store, now is it? I know, I graduated junior high, okay? Look, art is all about working in the fields, isn't it? Working in the fields? I presume he wanted to say field work. Hope. That's it. Thanks, buddy. I'm sad that I was able to understand his mangled train wreck of a sentence. Just happened to stop in here and found a wonderful new model. You see, I've got nothing to do with this trial at all. Except all your faces to red. I expect all your faces to be red when you realize it's a mistake. Bright red. Or to use a techno term, Crimson Lake. Ow! Ow, ow, ow! Ouch! Ow! Stop your pathetic blazering and testify like a man. Trained for whipping me, Miss Von Karma. Cross-whipping is as bad as cross-checking. Witness, it was all your fault. Testify now! This is too much for me. I was at the lodge on the mountains looking up at the stars that night. Walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. Didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. Bro, I was waiting for it, didn't show up. My teacher died on me. I'm all alone now. Aren't I, Edgy? Witness, please refrain from talking directly to your lawyers during your testimony. Just a nobody. Nothing but a small, worthless man, aren't I? Why wasn't I asked for my name and occupation or anything else? Mr. Edgeworth, this man seems to have quite a severe inferiority complex. He's recently been the cause of numerous incidents. He's finally realizing that for himself. How much of a nuisance he has been to other people. That's right, I'm behind everything, even every case. Watch out, okay? Just one touch and I'll make you eternally unhappy. Well then, let's proceed with the cross-examination. With no touching, thank you. We can delve into your details another time. What I saw. For times, but didn't see a snowmobile. And that's it, 3 statements. At the lodge in the mountains, looking up at the stars at night. Walked to the bridge, number of times, but didn't see a snowmobile. And on the bridge, not either. You didn't meet anyone. That's right, because I got nothing to do with this. Just here to buy some Viridian paint, okay? Come on, I expect to see the Crimson Lake faces, now! Great, this simply pressing him isn't going to be enough, Mr. Edgeworth. Indeed. Whatever's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? Single statement is so full of contradictions. For a moment there, I thought I was going to collapse. So, witness? Any idea as to where the contradictions in your testimony lie? Depending on your answer, I may stay my whip. Okay, give me a minute. Well, it was snowing that night, so I couldn't possibly have seen the stars. Rundown shack is hardly a lodge, is it? Even if the stars could be seen, it isn't like I was there to look at them, right? Edgeworth is about to fucking blow a fuse. See, you can do it if you try. Ow! There's only one issue here. You saw Dusky Bridge. Number of times? How many? Maybe 5 times? I went once every 20 minutes. Which means you spent almost 2 hours at Heavenly Hall that night. You bet. Really, real love is about waiting with your heart in your hands. Love, you say? It was this man's intention to summon the defendant to a small shack, using this blackmail letter. Blackmail? No, that was simply a product of overflowing love. Ah! Puffy, loosey-goosey excuse for a whimpering, whining wuss of a witness. Fucking hell, Von Karma. Why are you doing this to me? Puffy, loosey-goosey excuse for a whimpering, whining wuss of a witness. Oh, what did you see? Oh, for your sake, you saw a snowpile. You saw a snowmobile. Puffy, loosey-goosey excuse for a whimpering, whining wuss of a witness, eh? Oh well, you see... Being called those names doesn't seem to bother him at all. Larry? Really didn't see it. Hey, no need to hit your desk, I can hear you. Didn't see it. I didn't see a snowmobile. Larry, say snowmobile for me, please. Snowmobile? Truly have nothing to hide. Why are you stammering like you flew over the cuckoo's nest? Shut up! What's this? I don't know. Don't ask me. Start from a more obvious contradiction. And to strike the blow that will finally get him to spill the beans. Didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. Well, that's not true at all. You saw Phoenix.
Objection!
You saw Phoenix fall into the river. Alright, Butts. I can understand why you might want to throw your old life away. Pretty pathetic, and you cause all sorts of trouble. I'm sorry. But, having realized just how much of a nuisance you have been, it could be considered a step in the right direction. Edgy, are you trying to console me? Certainly doesn't sound that way to me. However, I cannot forgive you for simply turning away from the incidents you create. Whoa, you're totally pinning this on me. Now then, talk about the night of the murder. The Bikini, after seeing the murder take place, asked Phoenix Wright to report it. Thus, he headed for the public phone by the bridge. There, he happened across a certain nefarious individual. You, Larry Butts. That's right, me in the flesh. Listen carefully, witness. Doesn't matter if you change your name. As long as you remain pretty pathetic, you'll continue to cause these incidents. That reality will not change. But what do you want me to do then? Larry, what you need to change is your inner self. But for now, what you saw that night, testifying truthfully about this one issue, is all I need from you. Edgy, I think I've finally woken up. Well, I guess I could still be sleeping. But anyway, do it, I'll testify. Well, I'm not sure how this will go especially well. Ask again then, witness. What did you see on the night of the murder? God, Larry, you're useless. At the shack around 9, so it would have been around 10:30. Lying under my bedding. White flash almost blinded me. Looked to the window and Dusky Bridge was on fire. That's not right. There's still some thunder. I went right away to check it out. That's what I ran into Nick. Certainly saw quite a lot, didn't you? So, what happened to the bridge after you caught on fire? It was like me after a 3-day stint chasing a girl. Totally burnt out. Like almost totally gone. I mean, trying to cross the burning remains is what caused Nick to fall. What did you say? Oh, don't worry. It's nothing life-threatening. Just caught a cold. Never know it's that man, if he should be called lucky or unlucky. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, please commence your cross-examination. Well, it's a pretty easy one. 10:30 p.m. And here? Statement contradicts his, no. Nope. Isn't this here? This, it's... But this is the right... Ah! Larry! Fuck, I don't want to get any more penalties. What did you do out there in the cold for an hour and a half? Well, if you really must know, I was busy being excited, I guess. Excited? Dare I even ask? Then a meeting time is 10 p.m., right? I couldn't wait. I thought you might come early, too. It appears she didn't come at all. And then, in the end, they never arranged to meet in the first place, did they? Don't go picking my fond memories apart. Anyway, I was getting a little worried. Thought maybe Iris lost her way. Every 20 minutes or so, I went out to the bridge. Didn't see any particularly suspicious. Didn't have anything else to do and went back to the shack to wait for her.
Hold it!
His lightning was, of course. His light was, of course, lightning. Like, kapow! A slap from Naomi, honestly. Big bada boom. A little like that. That's more like a punch from Miranda. Yes, did you actually see the lightning hit the bridge? I was a bit startled by the flash of light, so...
Hold it!
Seeing that, what did you do? You think? I was burning up as well from the fire in my heart. That's why you went to take a look at the bridge? I'll be honest. It was freezing cold, so first I thought, forget it, I'm not leaving my covers. It had pretty much stopped snowing, so, I don't know, I changed my mind. Not sure I care for your forget it attitude you had at first, witness.
Hold it!
said right away. Exactly how long after the strike was that? Lightning fell and then the bridge caught on fire, maybe around 5 minutes. I mean, I suddenly thought, gotta go check this out. That was the smallest shack from where you from the bridge. Hold on, well, it pretty much stopped snowing. It's about a 5-minute walk. How did Dusky Bridge look when you got there? I think I recovered a piece from my childhood. I mean, not even the bonfires kids make at school during camping trips can compare. Well, should I put a little more on this info? Call anyone. Larry, let me ask you one thing. What is it, Edgy? What's with the serious face? Why didn't you call anyone? Huh? What do you mean? Normally, when faced with a towering inferno, one would try and tell someone. There's a public phone right by Dusky Bridge, correct? Well, of course I've thought of doing that. So then, let's hear why you didn't. Huh? Yeah, okay. My reason... isn't that I didn't try to tell anyone, I just didn't have time to, okay?
Hold it!
Claim to have arrived at the bridge at the same time as right. Yeah. I thought I'd better tell someone about this. Hold on, it's a 20-minute walk. Well, Larry, that should have been... The timeline doesn't match up at all. Nick came yelling about murder. Totally made me forget about the bridge. I was pretty much out by then anyway. This feeling. You have a terrible case of uneasiness. Was after contacting the police that Phoenix Wright fell into the bridge, correct? Yeah, that's pretty much it. More or less. Told me about the burning bridge yesterday. Still something that doesn't quite fit. Like, despite his change of heart, Larry still isn't telling us the whole truth. This timeline doesn't match up at all. Arrived at the bridge, Nick showed up less than a minute later. With the weather data. Lightning struck the bridge. Took 5 minutes to walk up. 5 minutes there. He was at the bridge at 11. Nick still would have been on his way there.
Objection!
Very existence being a contradiction. I'm not sure if you can grasp this or not. What the hey, Edgy? Make it sound like some sort of alien. Your testimony is conclusively contradictory. Problem here is time. Never been the best timekeeper, you know. 3 minutes after Billy leaves on foot, you follow him on your bicycle. How long does it take for you to catch up with him? Terrible at those. This is much more simple. The lightning struck Dusky Bridge, and immediately went to see what happened. Is that correct? Yeah, well, I wasted about 5 minutes first, but more or less. I have the weather data from that night of the murder here. According to this, the lightning fell at 10:45 p.m. Say it takes less than 5 minutes from the shack to Dusky Bridge. Meaning you probably got there around 11 p.m. Sounds about right, I guess. Nick showed up and did his falling act. This is impossible. What do you mean? 11 p.m. is when the murder occurred at Hazakura Temple. Thus, Wright was still there in the courtyard. There's no way that Larry could have encountered him at Dusky Bridge at that time. Ah, excuse me. I have an objection. Yo. Edgy, how many times do I have to say this? About Larry, and Maurice Donimp. Ah! It's not been proven the murder occurred at 11 p.m. The sister only said around 11. In which case, it could have been earlier than that. The footing there, Miss Franziska von Karma. The slope ahead is slippery. There's still no way that Wright could have been at Dusky Bridge at 11 p.m. Why not? Clearly written here in this weather report data. Took around 30 minutes for the bridge to burn out. Therefore, the bridge must have been burning until at least 11:15 p.m. Which means what exactly? I did not see the bridge while it was being consumed by flames that night. In fact, he did not arrive on the scene until flames had died down. Larry, you arrived at the bridge at 11 p.m. Wright did not make it there until at least 11:15. I suggest you stop hiding things and just tell us the whole truth. Now then, what happened during these missing 15 minutes? I feel like I just got brutally woken up by a toilet splashback. That's gross. Guess I was still sleeping after all. Order, 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 order! Because I was missing 15 minutes prior to meeting Phoenix Wright. I hardly see that as much of a problem. Yeah, not much of a problem at all. Really? The bridge is burning before your eyes and there's a phone right next to it. Why then did you not report the accident? Yes, witness, why didn't you? Please. Were you there simply to watch the bridge burn? And therein lies the problem. For even after the bridge burnt out, he was still there. Staring into space, this witness didn't even attempt to fulfill his civic duty. So that's what it sounds like. Ah, but this is Larry we're talking about. Even he is incapable of being so stupid. Which means there has to have been a reason for his inaction. Edgy, I think it's about time I got serious with you, dude. As I thought you've been playing with us all this time. Listen, I'm gonna tell you everything. Are you sure you want to hear it all? Yes. May really say it this time. Everything. Yeah. Then say it. Very well. I have a terribly bad feeling about this, however. Let's have the witness finally give us the whole truth. Now then, this 15-minute gap, what were you doing, witness? Oh no. Larry, what the fuck happened? I'm a dumb nim, but I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing? Sketching. In front of the bridge. I was whipped up into a frenzy of art. Chalk and all I was feeling. I transferred all directly into the page. Before I realized it, the flames had gone out. He came running up. Well, artists can be strange folks. That's right. I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw a perfect sketch. Getting the truth from the sound of it. Redworth, does this remove the last of your doubts? At all, Your Honor? One very large doubt still remains. What would that be? This is a surprisingly believable story, especially considering the source. Why did he think he needed to hide it from us until now? I intend to drag the reason out of him. You regret this, Edgy. Fuck.
Hold it!
Tell us, Larry. My name's Larice, get it right. Mistakes like that are what keep you from being popular with ladies like I am. Who exactly are you? Larice Donim, apprentice extraordinaire. That's what he calls himself in any case. And you are an artist? Of course I'm an artist, the real thing. But again, that's what he calls himself. Nothing. Only one issue I care to discuss. What were you doing? Very big issue indeed.
Hold it!
Sketching. Burning bridge. Burning bridge and everything that came with it. What came with it? You want to hear this from my lips, do you, Edgy? If you regret this, sketch of mine is enough. Just let that ridiculous sketch of yours out already, witness. What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. Does it indeed appear to be the fastest solution? Leave it to you, Miss Edgeworth. I do. Terrible feeling. The instant the sketch is revealed. The entire world may be changed by what is depicted there. Alright, let's see it. Larry? I wonder if you could show us your sketch, please. Oh well. Even I couldn't have imagined it turning out like this. Imagined what? Larice Donim's debut would take place here today, like this. Ouch! Show it. Now. Okay. But steel yourselves. This is World of Larice Donim. You're not that great. Why is this so shit? What about the murals down below? Like, you painted Iris really good on the wall of the shack. What the fuck is this? Ah. Well. Well, this is Dusky Bridge, correct? Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Response, Miss Von Karma. Yes, well, it's better trunks than I expected. Isn't it? Isn't it? I struggled to reproduce those flames, I really did. Yes, I'm sure you did. This is going to get ugly. No one has the courage to bring it up, it seems. This mysterious flying object. Larry? What? Burning bridge is fine, but what's that unfortunate-looking figure? Ah, you spotted that. I thought you might. Not how much I want to ignore it, I can't. Iris, of course, it's Iris. We should take better care of yourself. You have to plan for our future, you know? What would happen to her if she had injured herself flying like that? Larry, please answer this next question honestly. Okay. Are you really claiming to have seen this? Are you claiming to have seen the silhouette of the defendant flying over a bridge that was engulfed in flames? Yep, that's what I saw. That's why I drew it. I'm an artist, a real artist. Are you high? That girl, she's really high up in the Are you high? Oh my god, that's funny. Ah! What was that for? This is all a bad dream. I was hitting you on the cheek for a test of that theory. Just whip your own cheek from now on if you wish to test your wild theories. Anyway, no court of law will ever acknowledge that people can fly. Actually, there's some precedent for this. Flying pretty high, my sweet Iris. It's about 30 feet above the bridge, at least. Really something to see. What the fuck? Has to be some kind of a mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, please bring the weakness back down to earth. What? Me? The witness is your friend, is he not? Accessory to foolishness, Miles Edgeworth. Let's get back to the cross-examination. By force if necessary. Mr. Edgeworth, I expect you to expose the obvious contradiction here. Yes, Your Honor. I've got another reason to remember this moron. What do you think of my debut piece? Get that thing away from me. Horrible sketch of what he saw the night of the crime. Hurry up and cross-examine him.
Objection!
Your white hood is fluttering. Larry, what did you really see that night? Not that I particularly care. A position that's just being irresponsible. I drew exactly what I saw. Give you a whole $1 if that is the truth. If that truly is the case, then there's one thing that we can say for certain. What might that be? The person who flew over the bridge would not have been the defendant, Iris. What? What do you mean? I don't understand. Ah! Foolhardy folly, a foolish statement that can be equally foolishly foolhardy fool. By an equally foolhardy fool. How exactly can you make this claim? Tell us, Larry. Onto this picture. The individual whom you say you saw was wearing a hood, correct? Of course she was. The rundown shack is quite away from the bridge. Hood was what told me it was this floating angel was my Iris. Hood is my daring Iris, and Iris is my daring Hood. Wow. Seems bigger fools in this world than there's one at the defense's bench. Maybe there's something you need to be made aware of. On the night of the murder, Iris wasn't wearing her hood. She had given it to Wright as a gift. If you're going to change your story now, perhaps suggest it was Wright who took flight. What are you talking about? You understand what I mean just fine. Why would Nick have Iris's hood? What? Edgy, what's going on with Nick and Iris? Why, you Nick, you dog! do believe this unbelievably mysterious sketch is destined to disappear, discredited and discarded straight into the garbage. What's it now, witness? Feels like I've been waiting 25 years for this very day to come. Edgy, today's the day I finally get to stupefy you. What? What's the meaning of your outburst, witness? I do this, but I have some definitive evidence. Definitive? Evidence? Iris did indeed come flying over the burning bridge. And I, Loristo Nim, shall prove it. What the fuck, Larry? Didn't expect to ask this again. We shall be needing your testimony once again. Tell us anything you know concerning the defendant as depicted in this sketch. Show us your evidence that this nightmare is actually reality. Okay, I hope you're ready, Edgy. I'm gonna feed you a whopping serving of pain. I'm having a whopping serving of pain this whole time, trust me. Proof that Iris flew. What could you possibly have? When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. I was so worried, I frantically searched all over for her. It led me to find a beautiful crystal sphere, half buried in the snow. I feel that Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. After all, no one else could have lost the crystal sphere that night. Crystal sphere? This one pretty, isn't it? Finders keep his blood on it, Larry! That sphere. Where did you find it? You see, around here somewhere. Looks about right. It was half buried in the snow. It pretty much stopped snowing by then. There's still some falling as I walked to the bridge. I won't accept the crystal sphere. It's mine, okay? I want it back afterwards. Something on it. Why? It's blood. What? Blood. Blood on it. I need to move my cookies before I knock them over. Send crumbs everywhere. Tomorrow morning, you'll be calling me Master Larry. Yeah, I like the sound of that. No one's gonna push me around anymore. Didn't you want to be called Loristo Nim only a few minutes ago? I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. So we're to frantically search all over for her. Wearing a spare hood, after all, no one else could have lost a crystal sphere that night.
Hold it!
Let me confirm this one last time, Larry. The reason you thought that this was Iris, well, the hood and this crystal sphere, correct? That's right, my gut is never wrong. I mean that old bikini the next morning. I met that old bikini and her crystal sphere was still there, safe and sound. Indeed. Wearing it in the very same room earlier today. This very room earlier today. By exposing the obvious contradiction, his testimony will be easy. But I fear that all that awaits us are further mysteries.
Objection!
Larry, that night, there was someone who lost a crystal sphere. There was? Who? Who's the stupid idiot? Miss Elisto Nim, mentor of a stupid idiot. The victim? I have a photo of her here. On the end of her staff, you can see a familiar-looking crystal sphere. Hey! That's my photograph, give it back! Ouch! Crystal sphere like that is quite easy to find. I have one just like it on my brooch. Look nothing alike. In any case, please take a look at this. This is the victim's staff, found near the scene of the crime. Ah! The crystal sphere, it's gone! What? 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 Why are you the one the most surprised by this, Larry? So what does this mean? Anyone jumped or flew across the bridge that night? It certainly was not Iris. After all, she was not wearing a hood. More importantly, Crystal Sphere found at the landing site was not hers either. That means the one who flew dropped the sphere. The victim is at least Nim. Fool alongside another fool. The fool's errand to reach a foolish conclusion. First of all, this sketch, which I prefer to call scribble, is ridiculous. People cannot fly, thus it is rejected. Yeah, you can't do that. I saw it with my own eyes. This crystal sphere. This is nothing more than a red herring. I honestly believe that. Give it some thought and I'm sure they'll realize it as well, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Listo Nim was in her room on the night of the murder. There's no reason for her to go to Dusky Bridge. Therefore, this sphere cannot be related to this case. That is all. Miss Francisco von Kamm. The only people who will accept that explanation are scatterbrains and clowns. You pointing at me? Victim's crystal sphere was found near the bridge on the night of the murder. Do you expect us to believe that has nothing to do with this case? That crystal sphere was probably thrown away at the bridge after the murder. After the murder? There's blood on the crystal sphere, isn't there? This naturally suggests it was thrown away after the murder took place. The killer placed it there to throw off the investigation. This is exactly the same reason that he drew that ridiculous sketch. What? You mean I'm the killer? Why? All joking aside, just when did this crystal sphere appear near the foot of the bridge? Unless this can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe this is related to the case. He makes a valid point. There's no evidence at least Nim left Hazakura Temple that night. However, if somehow this crystal sphere can be proven to have been dropped before the victim was killed, this case is going to transform into something else entirely. Response, Mr. Edgeworth. What's your final opinion on the disposition of this crystal sphere? It's not related to the case, and this witness who you called. But nothing more than a monumental waste of time. Prepare yourself some appropriate punishment, Miles Edgeworth. I prove it. I prove the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder took place. Can I? I don't think I can. Found half covered in snow near Dusky Bridge. That means it was still snowing when it was dropped? I guess? Can I prove it? That isn't the issue. Simply prove it. That's the only option. What he'd do. The way Phoenix Wright would do this. Your Honor, allow me to prove something to you. I prove that this crystal sphere is a vital link in solving this case. Do what? That look in your eye. Remind me of Phoenix Wright when he is cornered. That should come as no surprise. Right now, I am Phoenix Wright. I am indeed cornered. I order you to present your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Evidence that proves the crystal sphere was indeed dropped before the murder. I guess I can... Prime photo. Murder happened before... Wait, after it stopped snowing, but the crystal sphere is half covered in snow. Crime photo?
Take that!
This crystal sphere was half buried in the snow, correct? That's right. If it hadn't stopped snowing then, it would have been game over. That would have totally covered it. That's all I needed to hear from you, Larry. Your testimony makes one thing quite clear. What? When the crystal sphere was dropped, it was snowing, even if ever so slightly. Snowing. On the other hand, let us look at the scene of the murder. As proven earlier today, there is no snow on the victim's body. Ah! Therefore, the crystal sphere must have been dropped before the murder. What? Order, order, order! On the night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to Dusky Bridge. And there, something occurred that caused the staff's crystal sphere to come loose. What? What could it have been? The sphere? There's some blood on it, isn't there? Allow me to raise a certain possibility at this junction. The real crime scene was near the foot of Dusky Bridge. Murder didn't take place in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. Only a fool would suggest such a foolish piece of absolute foolishness. Just who is the fool? Which part is so foolish, Miss Von Karma? You haven't been paying any attention this whole time, Miles Edgeworth. Sister saw everything. She saw the victim being killed by the defendants in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. That's not exactly true, now is it? Put it more precisely, what she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body. That's the same thing. No, it isn't. You said it yourself. Very little blood is actually lost. The moment there's a blade insertion. Want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body? That would be when the blade is removed. If that statement is the truth, then Dusky Bridge could very easily be the scene of the murder. The murder weapon was not removed, thus there was no bleeding. Forgetting one vital thing, Miles Edgeworth. Lisa Nim's body was found in Hazakura Temple. On foot, it takes 15 minutes to travel from Dusky Bridge to Hazakura Temple. You mean to suggest someone carried the body all that way? Made it this far? Only place to take this is to the end. Just need to prove that my version of the events is also perfectly plausible. Now that the defense is ready, the court would like to have an explanation. The method by which the victim's body was carried to Hazakura Temple. It had to be the snowmobile. On that snowy night, there's one way that the body could have been moved. Snowmobile. As we know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon. It could also have been used to carry a body. Order, 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 gah! This is completely unacceptable, Miles Edgeworth. Dug yourself into your own grave. What do you mean? The only one who could have used the snowmobile was the defendant. She was the one who moves the body. Doesn't that put the final nail in your coffin? Eh. Too late, Francisco von Karma. And in fact, the defense has proven something else entirely. You've shown that this case requires further investigation. What? How was the victim Listo Nim really killed? Her body was moved, whatever for? And finally, just what does this image mean? Do you even need to think about that? Such a creature could never see the truth, let alone describe it. This witness certainly sits on one of the lowest possible branches of humanity. However, he would never utter a lie that could hurt a girl with whom he is enamored. He drew this, but it's something that actually happened. The defense stands firm on this point. Edgy, thank you. That settles it then. I cannot give a verdict under these circumstances. Ugh. Ugh. Right? Seem to have fulfilled my part in this. Just as I thought. Francisco von Karma, make a wonderful partner. Excuse me? You hitting on her? Edgeworth, now's not the time. There was one reason, and one reason alone for me being here. Expose the darkness lurking in this case, then pass it on to Wright. Really? Then what was all this all about? Could you just told me that from the very beginning? Then I wouldn't have had Franny whip me all the... Ah, the ouch! I was Edgeworth. I don't care about what you are here to do. This is my chance to finally grind you under my heel. Shame that your chance seems to have slipped you by. Shame, Franny! This is all your fault. Such a terrible witness. You are an affront to all... Ouch! I demand satisfaction. You killed him, Franny. I can't believe that the witness's testimony relates to the actual event. However, there has to be some sort of answer for the questions it raises. How is words here today of truth or lies? Next time we gather in this courtroom. Those are the matters that shall be addressed. I'm counting on a thorough investigation by both the defense and the prosecution. And with this, the rest is up to you, right? Court is now adjourned. Are we... So, does Edgeworth hand off for, Wright and Godot? Like, are we gonna get any actual resolution with Godot? Like, what the fuck is his problem? We're in 9th. 3:43 a.m. Why are we back at the Hottie Clinic? God damn it. Why here, right? Well, up at this hour, reading through the trial record, a certain case. First case when my mentor, Mia Fey, had ever handled in the court of law. Horrifying truth that I refuse to accept is holding me hostage here within its pages. Delia Hawthorne. What I've read, I don't want to believe. What is written here isn't the Delia I know. Falling into Eagle River, I was somehow miraculously saved. I ended up catching a cold. It seems to have knocked me around the world and back. I feel dizzy, my ears are ringing and my throat burns. My head is on fire. I will recover. I have to recover by this afternoon. I have to meet with the most ill-tempered witness imaginable. But I know that he'll be able to help me with him. Somehow. Ninth, 2:43 p.m. Did we go back like an hour? Or is this like this afternoon? Oh, yeah, no. The afternoon now. Right. Sure you're well enough to be doing this. Look a little green in the face. Maybe Viridian, in artist speak. Actually, my fever has gone down quite a bit. How's your temperature now? Yeah, 102.2 degrees, nothing to worry about. 102.2 Fahrenheit to Celsius. Running a little hot. Shouldn't it be 34? He's coughing again. Anyway, I read today's trial record. You weren't bad, Edgeworth. Pretty impressive despite the circumstances. Not in the clear yet. The main point of attention tomorrow is going to be the murder weapon. Yeah. In the end, Shishito did not deliver the deadly blow. It means there must be another sword hiding out there we don't know about. This sword, huh? Don't worry about a thing, pal. I'll dig up the murder weapon myself, or leave my coat. Thanks again, Edgeworth. I'll handle things from here. Huh. This is probably for the best. Actually, I was thinking about paying the old precinct a little visit. Something I want to look into. And that is... client's background. Naturally. You know Iris, sir? I have a feeling that we've met before. All I want is confirmation, one way or the other. And since I probably won't be getting that from you... Sorry, Edgeworth. I bid you adieu, right? Take care. Thanks for the assist, Edgeworth. Guess I should get moving now, too. Why? Need to be somewhere? Yeah, I gotta get to work on this bridge, pal. I'm rigging something up so we can get across to the other side. Ah, that's right, Maya's still stuck over at the inner temple. Don't you worry, pal. As soon as it's all set, you'll be the first to know. Thank you, Gumshoe. No problem, pal. Just try not to give me a cough of yours, okay? Alright, I'm off. Hang in there, Maya. I'll get you out, I promise. Meantime, gotta continue collecting evidence. And, you know, maybe find Pearl. Our temple doesn't have a single private phone line. Any houses in the area, so I guess Bikini's the only one who uses this. Which should have brought my cell phone with me. Let's go to Heavenly Hall. Look, Larry's actually not bad, but what the fuck? I think no one's here. Larry! Maurice! I'm sure he'd be hiding in here. Try again later. February 9th, House of Clear Temple main gate. Come on, please, for art's sake, I swear. One guy I know could be this persistent and high-strung. Talk about the heroine here. The heroine in my book will make you famous. Ah! Enough. Fools who foolishly... A fool's fool fools fools who foolishly accept the foolishness of a fool's fool. Wouldn't you agree, Phoenix, right? Huh? Me? Wait a second, I know you. You're, ow! The reflexes in mine need to shape up. Brain's frying like a sunny side up. You want me to grill me over a name? Franzi. Franzi? You can't do that. As we speak, Nick's on the brink of death. So I'm told. Of a dead horse? Isn't that what one of your Americans sings? No, it's not. I'm not on the brink of anything. Come on, Nick, tell her, would you? Tell her she needs them all for my new picture book. Franzi's Whippity Whip Trip. Ah! Well, you asked me to mutter. I'll learn to give at least semi-coherent testimony. Before that, you have to learn how to live a semi-coherent life, Larry. I don't care what anyone says, I'm telling the truth. I saw what I saw. She flew, I'm telling you, whoosh! Just like that dude with the red underwear. I don't think I'm gonna forgive you guys when you come crawling back to apologize. Off he goes. Amazing how little has changed with you in the past year, Phoenix, right? Been in Germany all this time? That's right. Extending my perfect win record, naturally. Oh joy. Sounds like she hasn't changed a bit. Has it really been a year since we first met? Karma is a prodigy. I see. Gave up a promising career in Germany, came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge. Sisko was born and raised in Germany and became a prosecutor at the age of 13. Father was a legendary prosecutor, Manfred von Karma. He had a perfect win record for 40 long years. But now, he's gone from this world. Wait, he's dead? Did they give him the death penalty? What the fuck? Are you serious? Is Von Karma dead? Hold on. Don't tell me you still hold a grudge against me. I gotta look this up. Manfred von Karma. What the fuck? He's dead. What the fuck? I didn't know he was dead. Holy shit. Yeah, I guess he's just fucking dead. What happened to your father? Phoenix, right? You'll fall before me. This I promise. It will be for my sake, not my father's. Clear? Yes, Crystal. In truth, I was shocked. I came back to America with the intention of defeating you. Instead, it was my little brother who was leading the defense. Edgeworth, isn't he like... He's like 26 now, isn't he? What the fuck? Profiles. Yeah, Miles is 26. What do you mean, little brother? He's like 7 years older than you. An old friend, said to be #1 in the DA's office. Studies foreign judicial systems now. Deputy prosecutor. Became a prosecutor in Germany at 13. That's not legal. He was pulled into being a prosecutor by Manfred von Karma as well. Miles Edgeworth told me something very interesting, you know? That this case has a special significance to you. Because it does. That's precisely why I'm here. Personal involvement will make crushing you into teensy-weensy pieces all the better. Probably the fever, but... so openly hostile, it's almost kinda cute. Ow! No smirking. No whipping the sick! That foolish fool, doing such a foolish favor for such a foolishly foolish fool. Edgeworth. Make no mistake, Phoenix, right? I came here for one thing, and one thing only. Pulverize you. Like I thought you were here to bring me some Cold Killer X, you know? Went over the whole case on file, was blight over. The whole thing? Yes, every last word of every last sentence of every last paragraph. All the ridiculous things you did made it very interesting to read, you know? And to cross a burning bridge? Did you even consider the dangers? No. The only thing I thought in my mind was, I have to get across. The fool who doesn't think is more foolish than the fool who foolishly thinks. You said he'd let me know once the bridge was repaired. She's gotta be okay. Know it. Plus, I need to ask her about what really happened in her temple that night. What do you think about this? How about this? Yow! Refuse to help you, Phoenix, right? I should have known better than to try. Alright. What do you think about this? What do you think about this? Ow. What do you think about this? Alright, fucking see you later then, Franny. One long sigh. Oh, his sister Bikini. My, I didn't know you were here. How are you doing? Waha, wahahaha. Oh. You don't have to pretend to be in a good mood for my sake. I suppose I've made a terrible mess of things, haven't I? I let Mystic Elise die, and then there's Iris as well. Mystic Elise? What did I think about it? There's an acolyte stuck in the inner temple. And that poor little girl has gone missing too. That little girl? You don't mean Pearls, do you? Yes, I'm afraid I do. She hasn't been seen since the morning after the incident. Pearls, she's missing. Why didn't anyone tell me about this? I must be getting old. I think I've seriously lost faith in myself. Talking about your performance at the trial today? You believe me, don't you? I'm not a liar. I would never lie. I know what I saw. I saw Iris pulling the sword from Mystic Lisa's body that night. I'm certain of it, at least. I was until this morning. Any psyche locks? You must be telling the truth. So why are you so unsure of yourself at all of a sudden? You know that artist who testified after me. Iris flying, her white hood fluttering. I think I might start flying myself. I saw the man testify so fervently about something so impossible. I started to wonder if I had acted just like him when I was on the witness stand. I wouldn't take that guy too seriously. He's an artist, but all he draws is trouble, and nothing else. Both Bikini and Larry are telling the truth. It can only mean one thing. They both didn't see what they think they saw. On the night of the incident, I met Iris at the Inner Temple. Is that correct? That's right. I'm sure it was Iris. Iris claimed she was in her room at Hazakura Temple. I knew I should have come back here that night. As you did, Mai stuck there all by herself at the Inner Temple. Ugh. I'm so sorry. Drafts in that place are nothing to shake a stick at. Winter is especially bad. I'll bet the training hall looks like it's about to fall down any second. Eagle Mountain has always been prone to earthquakes, just so you know. Earthquakes? Yes, I wouldn't be surprised if the next big one levels the training hall. Gotta get Maya out of there fast. You're not inspiring confidence, Bikini. But still, there's really no need to worry. That area on the other side of Dusky Bridge is isolated like an island. Like an island? How so? Well, the only thing on that side of the bridge is the Inner Temple. No one lives out there, and it's surrounded on all sides by river or forests. I see. No criminal would be trapped should they choose to flee in that direction. And as long as the bridge is out of commission, he or she will have to stay there. That means Maya could be stuck out there with a murderer, and we'd have no way of escape either. Oh dear, yes, I suppose it does. Please, Gumshoe, get that bridge up faster. First, about a few things, if you don't mind answering some of my questions. Oh, do you need to know any measurements for your investigation or something? No. I want to know a little more about the victim, Miss Listo Nim. I'm afraid I don't know her waist size, or her bust size for that matter. No. I'm wondering why she came to stay in a place like this to begin with. I mean, she told us herself that she wasn't here for spiritual training. My, you make it sound like this place is some sort of dump, Mr. Wright. Miss Iglesias was here to soak up the natural beauty of Eagle Mountain, if you must know. There, did it again. The Bikini? I know she always referred to Miss Donim as Mystic Elise. Oh! Yes, now, why is that? After all, she's not here as an acolyte. We address all our visitors as Mystic. It makes their experience feel authentic. And anyway, she's older than me. You must respect your elders, you know. You know that. You say for sure that she's older than you. Oh, for the love of God, why has everyone got 5 Psyche Locks? Seems that Miss Alisto Nim was no ordinary visitor after all. And there's Pearls. She was with Miss Donim on the evening of the murder. Now she's vanished. It's all gotta be connected somehow. But why did Pearls have to get mixed up in this mess? Please, Mr. Wright, I know you're worried, but try to keep it together. Man. My head's throbbing so bad it's killing me. Pearls, she was with Miss Donim on the night of the murder, remember? Yes, but I have a temple to run, you know? I was busy preparing for the training. I didn't see the little darling even once after we'd finished eating dinner. Murder, it didn't take place right in front of her innocent eyes, did it? Oh no! What happened to Pearls? According to the detective, she hasn't turned up at her home either. Come on, keep calm. One place left where Pearls could be. This has to be there. Come on, Gumshoe. Tell me you'll be done with repairs soon. What you found? Master Missy Faye. Nurse's hood. Well, that's a demon-warding hood. Did it make my fever get on faster? I don't think so. Colds and spirit power have nothing to do with each other. It'd crush a man's hope. Weather data. Ichishito. Maybe my eyes were playing tricks on me. I mean, Iris could never do such a wicked thing. Proved in court to date, didn't they? This sword wasn't the murder weapon. That's what they were saying, yes. Problem is, I saw it too. Sure true that what I saw, this blade was stabbed in Miss Donim's body? Oh, it's Mystic Elise's staff. Crystal sphere really is missing from it. It was found near Dusky Bridge, right? Yes, even though I'm sure Mystic Elise was in Hazakura Temple that entire evening. Nope. Nurse's testimony. Nope. Track photo. What's this photograph? Oh yes, those are our snowmobile tracks, alright. I'd know them anywhere. Only one set, which means the rider went out while it was still snowing and came back after it had stopped. Probably the only logical explanation, I suppose. What do you know about Larry's sketch? Honestly, it's the end of the world. A good thing, that's for sure. People have the gall to call this kind of scribbling by the... I think people have the gall to call this kind of scribbling by the name of art. Huh? That's the sort of standard you need for arts these days. I could be a pop diva. Sure. What about the contents of the picture? What do you make of that? It's definitely the end of the world. It's Crystal Sphere. It's not from a demon warding hood, but I would guess it serves a similar purpose. Not from a hood, then I guess it really is from Miss Donim's staff. Look at the blood on it. Oh, poor Mystic Elise. Tell me about Larry. What a disgraceful young man. Finally seen through him, huh? How can he sit there and claim he really saw what he drew in that picture? Although, the portrait he did of me was rather flattering, I must say. Still, I feel like Larry to make something up like that and get a woman he likes in trouble. More to that sketch than meets the eye, I'm sure of it. How about Van Karma? Van Karma. You certainly have some unusual friends, don't you, Mr. Wright? Oh, friends? That fancy-pansy painter is one thing, but whipping the judge is just bad form. Well, you could go drill that into her head for me, please? What do you think about Edgeworth? Must be very happy to have such a fine mentor. Mentor? No, he's just a friend. Oh, you naughty devil, always the joker, aren't you? Ho ho ho! Oh, he seemed like a lovely young man. Like the kind you can always count on. Yeah, and depressing how much faith she has in him. Alright, courtyard. First is a bikini witnessed the incident. I imagine she was lying on the stand, so... There are some clues that have yet to be found. Ichishito. There in Mystic Ami's right hand. Proven in court today that wasn't the murder weapon. Given the design, it must have been used for some pretty gruesome things in the past. Main gate's on the other side of the stone wall. Difference in elevation is almost 10 feet. How steep this hillside is. Most of the height of the body fell from, according to the autopsy. Possible that Miss Donim was on the top of the wall? A bit of snow up here in Nail Mountain. Out here, skis aren't just for fun, they're tools for getting around. Sled, that's gotta be for his own personal entertainment. Donim's staff. I remember there being a crystal sphere attached to that staff. Larry eventually found the sphere near the foot of the Dusky Bridge, but what are they doing all the way down there? There's stone lanterns scattered in the courtyard. The city glare to compete with, and they would seem a lot brighter. Bikini must like them now, since Iris can't be here. Building up there is the main hall, where we were staying. That's kind of funny because it was built on a very steep slope. Enter from the main gate side. These rooms above me are at the ground floor. Apparently Miss Donim was staying in the corner room, where she was pushed from that night. So she was either pushed from her roof or the top of this wall here. what was that jarring, inconsiderately loud yell? This is where you've been. Keep it nice and warm, I see. Detective! Have you finished the bridge? Yeah, I did. I told you I'd let you know. Well, well, well. Then I'll come along with you and... Sorry, ma'am. No unauthorized entry. Access was restricted to people involved in the case. What was that? I'm involved, aren't I? You couldn't get much more involved than me. Oh, yeah. That's not what I mean. Ah! It's been a while, Scruffy. It's... Von Karma! Sister? Please leave this investigation to me. My, well, you certainly seem to have everything under control. I'm on your side. Won't do anything you don't want me to. It's your work to pin the guilt on Iris. What's you daydreaming about Phoenix, right? Ow! That hurts, you know. Silence. I, Francisco von Kama, will personally guide you through your investigation. But you will follow me. Not seriously gonna follow me around, is she? No way! I have Franny to hang out with? That's rad. Oh, that's awesome. Franny's gonna be my counsel. Bridge. Examine. Thing looks like it's ready to collapse. At least more than it did before. According to Bikini, Eagle Mountain is very prone to earthquakes. Which reminds me, if my memory serves me correctly, Edgeworth isn't exactly a fan of earthquakes. Oh yeah, he needs to fucking go. Inner Temple Gate. Go, go! Maya! Things certainly have become a lot more hectic than before. Must have commenced with the investigation. Oh! Mr. Nick! Oh! Mr. Nick! That voice! Pearls! You're okay! Mr. Nick! Mr. Nick! So you were here ever since that night? I was so lonely. I thought I was gonna die. When I woke up in the morning, I saw the dusty bridge was gone. I realized I was all alone. All alone? Must have been very trying for you, little girl. Ah! I'm Francisco von Kama, his protege. There's no need to worry now that I'm here. You're the prosecutor who was so mean to Mystic Maya last year. Well... I don't like you. You're nothing but a little girl without your web. Jesus, Pearl. Mystic Maya didn't do anything wrong. But you were so mean. I'll never forgive you. Aye. Looks like Pearl's words are getting under his skin. Ow! Why are you whipping me? I didn't even say anything. You didn't have to. A smile on your lips gave you away. Anyway, Pearls. Aren't you with Maya? Huh? I'm sorry. It's all my fault. Huh? What are you talking about, Pearls? Mystic Maya! Wait! Pearls! You just ran off. Ow! That was cruel, Phoenix, right? Make a little girl cry like that is inexcusable. What's that all about? I was acting like that. Give me the creeps. Oh no, I hope Maya's not dead! Guess I better take a look around. I finally got the chance. Especially since about this place seems different from a few days ago. Phoenix right. What? Would you stop calling me by my full name like that? Was this once a preposterous port? Port. Yes, that metal hook on the mooring. Looks like a mooring post. It's for boats, you know. Metal hook is a mooring post for boats, you know. Oh, that. That's an anchor for one of the wires that used to build the bridge. I think the wire that was tied on this one probably snapped and the bridge burned. I mean, there's no way there was even ever a port all the way up here. Don't get smart with me, Phoenix, right? I didn't say anything. Well, the Buddha statues lined up along this path. Right? Who thinks this is how many siblings a head nun has? Why don't you ask her the next time you see her? You know what? I think I will. Probably slap you for prying into her private affairs. weird smell coming from the incinerator. The door's also open. Looks like it's begging me to look inside. Oh well, let's see what stunning clue is concealed in here, shall we? Huh? Empty. How naive of you, Phoenix, right? A bit strange, don't you think? Franziska von Karma? Seem to remember. There was snow on this incinerator the first time I saw it. In other words, someone's been using it to burn something recently. Listen, Phoenix, right? It's impertinent to call people by their full name. I'm only copying you. What's here? A little gate that leads into the garden. There's no entry on the sign, though. Come now, Phoenix, right? What are you doing? Let's go in. Half open anyway. Harm could come of it. It says no entry. Don't you Americans enjoy doing whatever you like and then simply saying whatever? That's got nothing to do with anything. And who told you that? That's his inner temple. I don't know how you're reading it, but it's incomprehensible to me. Actually, I can't read it either. Gaining comprehension isn't a very good habit to have, Phoenix, right? Really happy to finally caught me on something. This must be the doors that leads to the inner temple. Where Maya Fey was training on the night of the murder. Yes. There's a solitary room there called the training hall. You could do with some training yourself, Phoenix, right? Yeah! You're completely out of shape. Ugh. How much more of this woman I can take. I don't know. Fuck you, Nick. This is awesome. I love this. This is great. Training hall. 9? 9 what? What the fuck? Inner Temple Training Hall. Why does it look like a psyche lock? What's wrong? Why are you so quiet? Maya, she's supposed to be in here training. It appears she's nowhere to be seen. That strange lock. I was here 2 days ago. The whole room is really giving off some strange vibes. This door. When I was here 2 days ago, weird lock wasn't on it. It was changed. It's almost as if they're guarding something inside that cavern. Never seen a lock quite like this before. I have. Locks and chains just like this before. Like the ones that guard a person's secrets during psyche locks. I wonder if this lock is guarding something too. Dark secrets in a dark cavern. An antique dresser. Don't you dare open, Phoenix, right? I know how Maya feels when I tell her not to touch things. What a pity. We'll have nothing but old clothes for the acolytes. Oh, we weren't opening it. I'm from the prosecutor's office. I can do anything. Yeah, you can do anything. Just stand up to a 9-year-old girl. Look at those wafer-thin mattresses. I'm sorry, Phoenix, right? Wafer thin? Yeah, you know. Like a wafer. In other words, uncomfortable. That's how we describe things like these mattresses. I guess you must say wafer thick or something back in Germany. Not about the mattresses, certainly not. What do you think this yellowish poster is, Phoenix, right? Scroll, not a poster. Picture of a woman who's actually... Woman? I don't see any woman here. Different atmosphere in this room since the last time I was here. No, not a different atmosphere. It's a different smell. Gravy? What the fuck? What's the matter? Scroll. It's been completely covered in gravy. Ah, yes. It's a very appetizing smell, yeah? Gravy is a type of sauce. When you run out of paint, you Americans use gravy as a substitute. See? No, no one does that. For starters, it stinks. It must be the gravy that we had on the roast the night of the incident. Why would anyone do this? Why this scroll? Why? What the fuck? Pearl, why did you wreck this scroll? Missy Faye's image has been obscured by gravy. That's... Took you so long. Oh no, it's Godot. I thought even you'd manage to get here faster than this, Mr. Trite. Prosecutor Godot? I didn't know you were here. Prosecutor? How come you didn't show up at the trial today? Ha. I could ask you the exact same question. Huh? I had a cold, so I had something slightly more important, common cold, to deal with. The importance of which is something you have no hope of ever understanding. Enough. I believe I have a measure of you. There was a very worst kind of prosecutor. What could be more important than a trial? Who's the wild mare, Trite? This is Miss Von Karma, who was the acting prosecutor in your absence today. Ha! Well, guess I owe you one then. You can go now, princess. Time for the big boys to take the reins. Just who do you think you are? This case is my... Hey, filly. Know your role and shut your mouth. Can't stand women like you. I'm only gonna say this once, Lady Von... Whipburger? Lady Von Whippingberg. Go home. Phoenix, right? Well, what are you hitting me for? Ah, you deserve more cracks to the whip than that, Trite. What? You still don't get it, do you? You don't realize that you set something in motion that you'll never be able to undo. Something different about Godot today. There's a strong sense of something from behind that mask of his. Is it anger, or is it sorrow? What the fuck? You had something important? You had some important business, and that's why you weren't in court, huh? What is it? I told you once before. Perhaps you don't remember. Return from the depths of hell. Do battle with you. See, Trite. I've experienced something most have not. Death. You died? Of course, being eradicated from hell is being extradited from hell is a tedious affair. Meticulous regeneration and adjustment of all your internal organs is... Well, let's just say modern medicine allows us all to live up to a ripe old age. Even someone like me. So you mean that mask you wear is this ugly device? I promise it's not a fashion statement, my unenlightened friend. Without this, I can't see your frequently dumbfounded face. I didn't know. My eyesight is pretty messed up. Even with these huge goggles on my head, I still can't see everything. Still, I keep this worn-out piece of junk as a body. I keep this worn-out piece of junk of a body going with regular servicing. I'm sorry, but... Say you experienced death. How is that possible? What happened? Why don't you ask him? Huh? Me? Yeah, Trite. You. You should know all about it. You know when my life ended. You ended it for me. Well, Phoenix, right? Do you? I don't know what he's talking about. Though, to be honest, I do feel a little tug at the corner of my memory. I do know about how Godot was killed. It will all become clear in due time. Isn't that right, Trite? Earlier you said you've done something I've done something I can never undo. What do you mean by that exactly? Inner temple here on this side of Dusky Bridge is an isolated island. This is what Bikini said too. I wondered, Trite. You know what the police are doing here today? What do you mean? Searching. Searching for any trace of an acolyte who went missing. Missing? As the leader of the search party, I can tell you this with absolute certainty. Maya Fey is not on this side of Dusky Bridge. Huh? That's impossible! You came here that night and... I won't say it again. Chances of her being here are nil. Excluding, of course, one very unique place. One? Where's that? A sacred cavern. The entrance of which we are now standing at right now. is the only place the search party has yet to explore. They haven't searched this cavern yet, huh? Be aware, though, the temperature inside frequently falls below freezing. Even if she were in there, chances of her being found alive are slim at best. No! Which means, Trite, that you sent Maya Fey to her death. You fool! If that's the situation, why aren't you in cell with the search party right now? You must have blinders on, my equestrian angel. Do you see that big lock and chains? Trick lock. Making preparations to open it as we speak. Well, Trite, once again, a woman dies because of you. Once again? What are you talking about? Don't tell me you've forgotten. It was only 2 years ago, after all. The last unfortunate woman died because of you. Why are you blaming me for Mia's death? I had literally no hand in that. That was like all her asking questions about Red White. You know who it was. It was Maya Fey's sister. That's right, Mia Fey. Mia? You killed her. No, that's not how it was. 2 years ago, Mia Fey was pursuing someone, a man. She bit off more than she could chew. Made a very dangerous enemy. Yeah, that's one case I'll never forget. But I got that guy, personally. Sure. Miss Fey's murder was caught. That won't bring her back. Well, no, but you were with her at the time. You and no one else. It was your responsibility. You should have protected her. You say Mia Fey was your teacher. Well then, I'd say you've learned nothing, Trite. You robbed her of her life, and now you've left her sister to suffer the same fate. I haven't sentenced Maya to death. No. That's fucked up of you. What the hell, Godot? What is this peculiar looking lock? Why don't we just break it open? It would be a simple matter of... I'm afraid we can't do that. This area has always been prone to earthquakes. Repeated tremors have weakened the foundations of the training hall. Any excessive force used to break the lock open. Well, let's just say the inner temple of the sacred cavern would be a thing of the past. Very well, then I dare to suggest the obvious solution of opening was the key. Huh. Sure, show me where the key will hold this trick lock. There's no keyhole? That's right. Interesting puzzle, huh? The person who set this lock is the only one who can open it. Then who was it? Simple. The accused. What? Iris? An acolyte undergoes training inside the sacred cavern. The attending sister is responsible for locking the entrance. Obviously, the night of the murder was no exception. Maya Fey was trained in there. The bikini did mention it a number of times, now that I think about it. It said that Iris was left in charge of supervising the early stages of the training. So Iris, the accused, is the only one who can open this lock. I've arranged for her to be brought here now. Iris is the only person who can open this lock? Hope she gets here soon. Hang on in there, Maya. We'll get you out. So, should be getting back to work. Wait, Godot. How sure are you about Maya? How sure about Maya are you? No doubt in my mind. She's in the sacred cavern somewhere. It's the only place she could be. Better start praying. Better pray that friend of yours brings the accused back here soon. Edgeworth? Listen up, Trite. There's only one thing I want to say to you before I go. I'll never accept you. Never. You should choose your friends more carefully, Phoenix, right? That's what everyone says. Looks like I don't have much of a choice. Guess I'll just have to do what I can for now. I'm covered in gravy. Don't make it strong in the school at all. Never understand you Americans, you so-called others. Artists, yeah. Weird Magatama lock. Okay. No, should I or shouldn't I? I think someone's talking to himself, but where's that coming from? Oh, it's Gumshoe. Yeah, I guess I better wash that off. That's what I'll do. No, I can't do that. I'm a detective. Ah, the brain, this is driving me nuts. Ah! Something troubling you, Scruffy. Please don't whip me like that all of a sudden, sir. It was merely a simple greeting, a friendly tap on the shoulder. Where's my whip? What's up, Gumshoe? Something on your mind? How do you know, pal? Perhaps you were trying to decide if you want to wash that off or not. How do you know, sir? Oh, yeah. Nearly forgot. Can't go through that little gate there, okay? You mean the one that says no entry on it? I, kinda already snuck in there. Trying to be clever or something. So what's behind there, Scruffy? Huh? Kind of garden-like garden. Well, that's typically how gardens are. Garden? Yeah, anyway, it's under investigation right now, so keep out. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm asking you, pal. You got me? Isn't it normally the other way around? Well, see you later. So, we had joined to this garden, Phoenix, right? Of course, what else would we do? I really want to know what Gumshoe was thinking of washing off. What the fuck? There's a strange feeling in here. What it is? Strange feeling? Forget about that. That's strange writing on the stone lantern. Ah! That's Maya upside... Why is it Maya upside down? What are you doing in here, sir? I thought I said you can't come in here. Don't you know, Scruffy? A Von Karma will always show up wherever there's a chance. Whenever there's a clue. And there are plenty of clues to be found here. But... about Maya. Oh, Mr. Godot tell you yet? Yeah, we heard. We got a search party out looking for her. No one else she could have disappeared to on this side of the Dusky Bridge. All we can do now is wait for Mr. Edgeworth to get here, pal. Edgeworth? He's escorting Iris, the defendant over here. I have to wait, since she's the only one who can open the door to the sacred cavern. Oh, I think Mr. Edgeworth wants to talk to you about something too, pal. Huh? What it is. Don't be expecting any good news when you talk to him. When I spoke to him, Mr. Edgeworth sounded so down, it felt like I was drowning. Sounds pleasant. How's the intertemple investigation going? We have the best forensics team in the world working at this place. Forensics team? And what was the outcome of this scientific study? Nothing. Scientifically speaking, this place is as clean as the whistle. Simply not good enough, Scruffy. You think I'll let you get away with that? Uh-oh. Well, there were a couple of things that bothered me when I first got here, sir. That stone lantern and the surrounding area is not covered in snow, correct? Look kind of fishy to me. No, scientifically speaking. I got the lab boys to look them over. The results were kinda hard to say, actually. I guess I better look into them myself. Damn. The heck is that? Uh-oh. Spotted it, huh, pal? You kidding me? Couldn't be any more obvious. It says... Maya. Yeah, and before you ask, it's written in blood. We'll answer all of our questions now, Scruffy. Without exception. Yes, sir. Oh, this is odd. There's snow on the ground here. It's almost a perfect rectangle. Wouldn't have happened naturally. Yes, it appears as though something was carefully cleared away. Someone has carefully cleared away the snow. Well, it was you, wasn't it, Scruffy? No doubt it was you, wasn't it, Scruffy? Oh, no, it wasn't me, sir. It was already like that when my men and I got here to start the investigation. And the police, and who did it? Oh, yeah. Something I need to tell you. Just between the three of us, okay? What is it? It's a top secret. You can't tell anyone, got it? Understood. Well, when I was a kid, I got knocked out. I got knocked out of the local wrestling contest, you see? I was so disappointed, I just picked up my mouth guard and cried all the way home. Man, I got in so much trouble when I left it on the couch. Is that it? That's it. Ah! To clear the snow away, must have had a reason. I can't even begin to imagine what that reason could be. A couple of torches here. I guess you need all the light you can get up here in the mountains. Yeah, I was looking at those things, pal. Looks like they've been lit up pretty recently. Recently? What recent are we talking about? The recent that's the night of the murder. I was training here on the night of the murder. Not unreasonable to think that they were lit up at the time, I guess. A lantern. A little statue. Certainly a quaint little garden. Oh. What is this huge bowl for? Oh, this one. It's a water bowl, isn't it? Everything else is completely frozen over. The ice in this bowl has been broken. That's true. This has any impact on the case? Well, I doused my face earlier in the water like this. In the water in this. I was kinda sleepy. Ah! Next time you're sleepy, you need only come to me, got it? Oh, God damn it, Gumshoe. There's a charm or something poking out of the snow. Looks pretty old. With a cord tied to it too. Apparently it belongs to the victim. Miss Elise Donim. Yeah, there's a broken leather cord around the lady's neck. The ends of the cord found both on the victim and this charm match exactly. I feel like this little trinket is going to be my ticket to getting some very big answers. The temple. Why is that here? Alright, I think that's all I got here. Maya, these letters are written in blood? Yeah. Worse is the victim's blood. Huh? This is Miss Donim's blood. We haven't done a detailed analysis yet, but that's the way it's looking, pal. Most interesting. Phoenix right. I presume you know, don't you? Why Maya's name is written upside down. Know what? That was really bothering me too. I just came up with the answer. Result of my own special gumshoe investigation. Really? Do tell. Well, on the night of the murder, that stone lantern was upside down. Ahem. Anyway, there really is only one logical explanation for this mystery. Miss Elise Donim wrote these letters herself, in her own blood. You must be joking. That's impossible. From the writing in the victim's blood, and the other clues left behind, it seems pretty likely that this garden was the scene of Miss Elise Donim's murder. At least, that's our current theory how the events took place, pal. What? So, Miss Donim was killed here? However you want to look at it, that's what people are saying now. Then, what Sister Bikini saw in the courtyard at the main temple was... Well, what was it? It wasn't... If it wasn't the scene of the crime, what did you see? What do you think, Miss Von Karma? Surely a special gumshoe investigation will reveal the answer, no? Wait a sec, the bloody writing isn't all the other clues here. And all the other clues here? Someone could have easily set up all that after the murder, right? Sorry, that's not an option, pal. Why not? How quickly it forgets, Phoenix, right? Ever since the incident occurred, this place has been completely inaccessible. This dusky bridge was completely burned out. I was overseeing repairs to the bridge the whole time. No one came over here before me and my men. It means no one could have planted all this stuff here, pal. Think of a counter-argument to that. Knew it. Should have washed the blood off the lantern as soon as I got here. It really was the scene of the crime. I needed to figure out exactly what had happened, and what Bikini actually saw. Think about this. The victim, no other way of looking at it. Because of the magical decor found around the victim's neck? Yeah, that was one of those things she always wore. Got the safe driving charm I've been wearing for a year now. If you ever get into an accident, guarantees it'll be the other guy's fault. It's supposed to stop you from having an accident in the first place? Look at this. This was found close to Dusky Bridge, wasn't it? That's what the artist guy said, yeah. Right after the defendant flew over the burning bridge. According to his testimony, she dropped it when she landed on the other side. This crystal didn't belong to Iris. The crystal had dropped out of Miss Alisto Nim's staff. And there are traces of oil in it, too. The real question is, what was it doing at the foot of Dusky Bridge? It was like a circus today in court. All thanks to this little sketch. At the risk of repeating myself, you really ought to choose your friends more carefully, Phoenix, right? Okay, I know Larry's a bit out there. He genuinely wants to help Iris, I'm sure of that. He wouldn't have produced this for no good reason. But nothing more than a marshmallow on the inside. The both of you. Crime scene photo. It's really gruesome. All I gotta say is that the killer is messed up in the head. But it turns out that the Shishishito wasn't even the murder weapon. But then, why would someone stab the victim like that? That's a mystery we're here to solve. Any thoughts? Yeah, well, pretty chilly today, huh? Brain doesn't work properly in the cold. Perhaps we just have to wait until summer when it's warm. Oh no, my brain doesn't work properly in the heat. I'm a weak in the head. There's some things you shouldn't have advertised, Gumshoe. Especially in front of her. That's all the new evidence, I think. That staff belongs to the victim. Yeah, apart from the crystal missing from the top, there's nothing wrong with it. Oh, I just remembered something important. This is just between us, okay? Is it going to have anything to do with the case, Detective? Well, no, but it's really... Then I'm not interested. Yes, sir. Didn't follow the ins and outs of it, but... Turns out that this wasn't the murder weapon, right? Sister Bikini Saw was right, then no, it's not. Except the murder weapon was thrust into the victim up to the hilt. Bloodstains on this aren't consistent with her story. Don't worry about it, pal. I'll uncover the real murder weapon. If I haven't turned it up by spring, you can take my badge. This will be long over that by then, Gumshoe. Oh, there. What? Hanging scroll. What do I think about this scroll, Detective? Where's my water? Here it is. Yeah. Well, I know it smells great. Yeah, that's just the kind of weather. Yeah, it's just... Yeah, this is just the kind of weather for some steaming mashed potatoes and gravy. I really love that stuff. I eat it. Nothing else to say. I'll just send you insane ramblings about gravy. Not really. Let's leave it at that, okay? Profiles. You know anything about Maya? The situation hasn't changed. We still don't know anything about Maya's whereabouts. She's gotta be in the sacred cabin, though. That's the only place left. I heard it's real cold in there. We gotta get her out fast, or it could get bad, pal. Is there anything you can do, Detective? What are you talking about? Huh? Already on it. You couldn't get any faster response from a computer. Mr. Goodell putting everything in place right away. That guy doesn't mess around. Goodell. Yeah, coffee-drinking mystery man who didn't show it in court. I got to say, he's made me rethink my perception of him, pal. What do you think about Mia? She cross-examined me once, you know? Yeah, that was us. Big guns locking horns. Witness versus lawyer. It was a battle of cunning tactics and tricks. Witness isn't supposed to play any tricks. Can't believe she's gone. Girls. Apparently, the girl was trapped over here since the night of the murder. Say anything to you about Maya? Couldn't tell me. You're not gonna tell me something if she wouldn't even speak to you, pal. She was real upset. She wouldn't stop crying. Phoenix right. Look sharp and go comfort that poor young girl. Trust me, I will. Yeah. That guy's got more mysteries than a choose your own escapade book, pal. I know. Trust me, I already know. I can't believe he skipped the trial like that without even getting permission. He'd have been fined for sure if he worked for a normal company. I would expect the prosecutor's office to be so lax. Don't get the wrong impression, Phoenix, right? More importantly, doesn't it strike you as odd that the police are unaware of the man's medical situation? Being extradited from hell. Tedious affair, meticulous regeneration, adjustment of all your internal organs is, well, say modern medicine allows us all to live ripe old age. Someone like me. Yeah, why are you hiding that from everyone? Additionally, it raises another question. Why did he choose to tell only you? Yeah, why did he? Gumshoe. Hey, you wanna hear something, pal? Come on, I know you do. Maggie says she's gonna buy me a new coat. Really? That's great. Yeah, I think it's to say thanks for helping her out during the last case. Means I can finally chuck out this old stinky sweat-soaked rag. You mean you don't have any special attachments to that coat? After all the effort I took to mail it back to you from Germany. Well, I'll be sure to take good care of it once it's retired, sir.
Aw, that's so cute! You actually mailed it back, Francisca!
She's a sweet old lady. She doesn't look like the lying type to me. There's a problem with her testimony, wasn't there? Yeah, I don't think it was her fault. Just trying to say the right thing. It came out wrong, that's all. I know what it's like. Happens to me all the time. But detective, you're completely lacking in the powers of observation. She sure was a mysterious person. Real name, past, it's all a complete mystery. Still, it strikes me as odd. Why would someone who wishes to remain anonymous become an author? Know what probably happened. Bet she didn't know her books were going to be such a success. That's what I think. Oh no, not so sure anymore. Clues we found today have all turned this case up topsy-turvy. Can't see how Iris could have done it now. Oh? Well, interesting, Scruffy. Sadly, I don't share the same sentiment. Prepare yourself well for tomorrow, Phoenix, right? Every prosecutor want to burn me at the stake so badly. Harry. He was Miss Elise Dilliam's apprentice, or so I've heard. Well, I suppose you could call him that. Guy you reported with me, you know. Oh, lucky you, I suppose. Yeah, but I had to pay him 50 cents for it. That's pretty awful. Not really enthused about this guy either, huh? Well, he made a mockery of the court today. And I'm almost entirely sure he did it on purpose, too. Wow, what a beauty, huh? Ah! What was that long pause for, Scruffy? That's a real nice brooch she's got, too. Ah! She needs to learn how to give compliments faster than Francisca gives lashes. Oh, that's really cute. Haven't seen Mr. Edgeworth for about a year. Talk about a long time. You know he moved overseas? I don't know. Probably it'll look cool. Huh? There's a lot of weight attached to doing research overseas, you know? Once I've done my stint in Paris, you'll have to call me Monsieur Chasseur. People don't really get Edgeworth, do they? It's his own fault for not explaining anything about himself. Alright, fuck off, Gumshoe. I gotta go find Pearl. Training hall. Move. Double gate. Move. Slide. Nothing. Move. Suspension bridge. Move. Main gate. Seems you have a visitor. Oh, Mr. Riot. Iris, I'm really glad to see you. You managed to mobilize the police by claiming a state of emergency. Not him again. Never mind him. Gotta hurry up and unlock the sacred cavern. Sorry, Mr. Wright. My fault someone so important. It's my fault someone so important he was locked away in there. Mr. Edgeworth, can we finish our conversation later? Alright. Let's hurry to the Inner Temple then. See you later, right?
Hold it!
Hold it! Wait, Edgeworth, I'm coming with you guys. Sorry, right? Can't allow you to come with us. What? I hate to be the one to break it to you, but Maya Faye's in a rather delicate position. What do you mean by delicate position? This isn't a simple rescue operation, right? It's also an investigation. That being the case, we can't allow members of the public to interfere. Come on, Edgeworth. If anything happens, you'll be the first to know. Please understand, right? But it's Maya. Is it right? All that matters is that Mystic Maya is rescued, correct? Since there's a voice of reason for a change, Phoenix, right? From now on, consider anything beyond Dusky Ridge to be off limits. We're going now. Excuse us. This is no time to be standing around, Phoenix, right? On to other things that demand your attention. Yeah, she's right. Thanks for reminding me. Know what this thing was used for, then. Crime. I was thinking small, I see, Phoenix, right? Perhaps not at all. That's why you will never defeat me. I burst your bubble, but I don't recall ever losing to you. Time for us to settle this once and for all with one final showdown. That looks like she mentally blocked out my victories over from her memory. Quaint little bell tower. Never would have thought that something this horrible was about to happen. Iris rang a lights out bell that night. Move in hall. Looks like she's shrunk down some since last I saw her. Don't be so rude, Phoenix, right? What's wrong, Sister Bikini? My, hello you two, how are you doing? Wahahaha. From the sound of that sigh, I guess she's still pretty down. Iris was just here, you know. She was accompanied by that handsome crimson-clad prince. Talking about Edgeworth? It was just a courtesy call. I wasn't allowed to talk with her at all. Oh dear, it's all my fault this happened. Poor Iris, she was worried about my back, would you believe? What have I done to her? Only what you had to do, sister. Bravely and truthfully testified about what you saw. There's no shame in that. We will see to it that your testimony wasn't made in vain. I don't hear anyone else saying that. The blue suit doesn't seem to share your opinion, I see. Huh? Me? Ah! Oh, yes. You did great, Sister Bikini. Absolutely spectacular. You two are the only ones who've said that to me. I can't shake the feeling. It just became a shill to a shoe. I can't shake the feeling. It just became a shield to a shrew. You have a problem, Phoenix, right? Sure, she was brave to testify so truthfully like that. You know she's still hiding something. Time to break out those psyche-locks of hers. Do I have anything to do that? I don't think so. Main gate. Move. Oh, I can't even go to the bridge now. Alright.
Take that!
Please don't him. The Bikini, the truth is becoming increasingly clear to me. I'm convinced that Miss Elise Donim had a special significance to this temple. As to why she had a special significance, I believe it has something to do with her true identity. What on earth are you talking about? She was... Miss Elise was just an author, a tutor. She was just an author. Just an author of a picture books. To be honest, my suspicions almost immediately after I met her. Suspicions? Yes, but I didn't have any evidence to support my theory, though. Now I do. This piece of evidence proves at least Miss Donim's true identity. Rain Master's Talisman.
Take that!
Miss Mr. Nim had this charm with her at all times. Ah! Where did you... This is some cheap good luck charm either. Then... What do you think it is, Mr. Wright? What could a talisman like that possibly mean? Talisman, isn't it? Is it? Interesting. Oops. I think speaks volumes about who Mr. Nim really was. This talisman, and other unique item, unequivocally proved Mr. Nim's identity. Is it the crystal sphere? I don't think it's the taff. I don't think it's a staff. I think it's a sphere, probably. It's 3 pips, though. Fuck. Kick my ass. Or is it the scroll? Probably the scroll. Misty Faye's image obscured by gravy.
Take that!
Yeah. Painting is obscured by this gravy stain at the moment. But the scroll shows the master of Korean channeling technique. Crest at the top is the sign of an honorable title. Very same crest that adorns the talisman the victim carried with her. Ah! This crest is reserved for the master of Korean. Who on earth told you that nonsense? I've got no idea about what you're talking about. The new master, Maya Fey, told me. What? What? You mean that acolyte is Misty Faye's daughter? Yes. Are you sure? Yes. In fact, since her eldest daughter passed away, Maya is Misty Faye's sole successor. Mystic Misty! Oh wow, that was easy. Unlocked successful. Hey. Mystic Elise graced us with her presence about a week ago. When she showed me the talisman with the mark on it. Well, I nearly fainted. No one had seen her since she disappeared 17 years ago after all. What is the significance of this talisman, sister? Korean talisman, it's a symbol of the master of Korean. Bearer must carry it with them, always until their death. What was that death? At least Nim was really Maya's mother, huh? He was Misty Faye, the master of Korean channeling technique. I knew it would come back to her. Truth comes out at last. Looks like we're making some headway here. Oh, but she's dead. Oh, it's sad. I liked her, and she's dead. Tell me, sister. After 17 years, why did she choose to show herself now? Something happened that called her out of hiding. What happened? Well... What's happening? It can't be. Earthquake? Ah! Oh my goodness, the inner temple! This kind of tremor might... The inner temple? The sacred cavern in the training hall. It might very well cave in. What? Maya! It seems to have passed. We can't just stand here and do nothing. Let's go. What? Where? The inner temple, of course. Where else? Sister Bikini, we'll finish this later, alright? Of course. You run along now. You may have been hurt. You must get some first aid kits ready. Fuck. Come on, then, Phoenix, right? They won't bar you from entering as long as I'm with you. Thank you. Right at that moment, I had the worst feeling in my gut. We just had an earthquake. What if he's alright? Oh, yeah, fucking Miles is probably floored. Look worried. He's thinking about Miles' edge to us. Come on, let's go. Oh, fuck. Move. Gotta hurry to the inner temple end. Right. Ah! What are you doing here? How could I have... How'd you expect us to understand you if you don't speak up? Ow! Why am I the one getting whipped? She's gone. No! Defendant Iris, she's gone. On where? She fled. She escaped. What? Fuck. So, just now, during the... You to see Edgeworth's one and only weakness. Sphere of earthquakes. Oh no! Should have known better than to escort the defendant alone. As soon as the ground started shaking, everything went dark before my eyes and... stupidly passed out. The incident haunts you to this day, doesn't it? No excuse. Can't believe I let it happen. Right, the inner temple area is a dead end, so she could have only escaped to this side. Haven't seen her. We need to get a manhunt underway now, and search Eagle Mountain top to bottom. Wait, Edgeworth. Have you thoroughly checked the inner temple yet? Don't be ridiculous. Why would I? The inner temple is like an island. No way to escape but to cross... No, that's not it. Iris is the type of person to run away, Edgeworth. What are you talking about? Mr. Bikini mentioned something when we were with her. He said that the sacred cavern might be caved in because of a quake. Do you think Iris might have gone to the inner temple to check on the situation? Listen, Edgeworth. I'm sure she's at the inner temple. A manhunt's not necessary. Right? Don't waste any more time. We need to get to the training hall and training hall sacred cavern now. Alright, let's go. Oh no! I'm so scared. Oh no. Fortunately, the sacred cavern hadn't caved in. But what we found, something none of us could have ever expected. Why are there more locks? How can there be even more locks? What's the meaning of this? Iris! Iris, please tell me. What the hell is going on? What the fuck, game? Alright, I guess. Fuck. I guess we're leaving it there. Holy fuck. Okay then. Thanks for hanging out, I guess. We'll see what else. We'll see what happens tomorrow. What the fuck? Bye.